Well, howdy everybody. How are you all doing on this fine Monday morning? For those who don't know, my name is Austin. For those who do know, it's still Austin. I hope you're all having a good day. We're going to be playing some SD Gundam G Generations Overworld today. Let me get my mouse to move. Okay, I'm sure this is probably not going to work like it normally doesn't. Yeah. Okay, we'll do this for now, and we'll see where it gets it. Hello, NR. Hello, Como. I hope you all are rocking and rolling. Como, hold on, wait, Como, what? This is always what it is. This has never changed. Monday's always been this time. It's just that you're awake at a different time than normal. I'm glad to see you. NR, thank you for immediately trying to help. Just in general, how does the scoring system work? I loaded back into this save that I guess we'd been working on, and I did not remember that I was supposed to figure this out. But I do remember that our break condition is getting score, and I don't like. We were falling wildly short of this number. Is it good now? It's good now. Oh, I also need to switch this to live. There we go. 6 a.m. is not a normal wake-up time for me. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. Well, I'm glad you've chosen to spend some of your morning with me. I hope I can make that a little bit more tolerable for you. Oh man, 6 a.m. There's days where I haven't gone to bed until 6 a.m. Most days I've not gone to bed until 6 a.m. Maybe I'm worrying about the scoring system too much and people are just respawning. I think maybe the trouble I was having was we were wiping the map. So the game was looking at it and going, oh, there's nothing left. But we should just leave one and then they'll respawn. But still, I would like to roughly know how scoring works to like try and optimize this. Hello, Llama. How are you? Also, I'm so sorry, everyone. This weekend was particularly dense for like IRL stuff. So I did not get to look at the Discord. I promise I actually will be like somewhat attentive to it. I don't know how much I will get to like be fully participant, but I did see some stuff people asked me to do that I've not gotten to do yet, but I promise I will get to it. Don't you worry. And are you in particular, I know you asked the question about stuff, and I'll get them all set up. You're well. Something for a friend is a I get. Okay, fun. I hope you enjoy. Actually, you know what? Seeing as we are literally in stream about this now, maybe I should make this now just to make sure that this is available to people. When I moved, yeah, I guess when I when I made threads, instead of having them be separate channels, I never made the SD Gundam one again. Overworld. What did I do in this one? Okay, great. Then, oh, I guess that, okay. Oh, no, never mind. That's good. Overworld, especially pertaining to stream. Okay, great. And that thread is in fact made now. Sorry about that. As far as you know, score works like this. Points held by units, sum is then multiplied by overkill, somewhere between 1.2 to 2. Okay. The score attack looks especially EXP farming shaped. Yeah. Yo, probably won't be chatty today because you're doing stuff on RP servers. That is A-okay, Pringle. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for showing up. EXP does not seem to be related to score. Oh, interesting. Okay. So to get tons of score, get overkills. Okay. Also, good news. Went out shopping trip yesterday and got 3 pieces of girl clothing. Incredible. I'm so happy for you. Had the same friend call in to help you be brave. I'm so pleased for you. I hope they are very satisfying to wear. You should get to wear whatever you want. I'm so glad. Okay, so we theoretically need to be critting stuff. Is I guess the short answer. Do we Okay. Where's his tension? I guess we wasted that. I was gonna say we could use some of the critical tension spirits, but for the skills, but I guess we do not have that right now. Okay, when you overkill, does that have to be in one attack? I think we learned that has to be in one. It's the amount of damage you do in total. Like, if we brought the strike dagger down to like 5% of its HP, if we brought the strike dagger down to like 5% of its HP, and then we did like 4,000 damage, that wouldn't overkill because it's the amount of HP. A floral shirt, a nice teal shirt, and a red blouse. Cute, wonderful. Such good choices. I'm so happy for you. Sorry, yeah, you missed for it. Score held by unit plus crit bonus, 20-40%. Oh, okay. And then that is multiplied by. Oh, okay, okay. So it's not enough. It's not enough just to overkill. It's not enough just to get a crit to push to overkill. We do want both. Overkill is total damage is higher than max HP. Yeah, okay, okay. But will that take supports into account? Like, should we just like blast the absolute bejesus out of this man with these ones also? Actually, we'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, like let's see what this does. It's so wild that floral patterns are like, no, that's a girl thing, as if people just get like flowers. No damage to the attacks. Okay. That is what I was assuming because of how it shows the score at the end, but I wasn't sure if there was like some weird internal thing that's going on. Okay, so really this is just about like wasting resources as much as possible just to like push this, like artificially push this number up as big as possible. Oh, did we miss with? Oh, no. Right, it shows each one individually. That's got something to do. Right, none of those crits out. But that's definitely an overkill. Yeah. Ability up. It's also been so heckin' long since we've played this game that I have no idea what robots we are like trying to get. Okay, so these are worth 200. I wonder if that's just like a regular price for most generics. Oh no, it even says on it. Never mind. I see where it says score. Okay. And then that was a what? That was a 1.4 times multiplier. Presumably scaling up as you do more. Yeah, but getting over 1.4 times damage requires massive damage. Yeah. Okay. Okay, the next question then is, how do crits get calculated? Not that you have to necessarily answer it. I just, like, that in my head is the next question. Okay, so, like, we want to Seki Haten Kyoken, that has our highest crit chance. Great. There are only two, so we have to use those. Okay, cool. And I'm curious if critting multiple times stacks the effect more. Not that we crit any of those times. 1.5 times. Okay, cool. Okay. Least lethal Gundam ammo dump. Yeah. Sure, why not? Yeah, hit me with it. If you have an answer, great. I just don't feel like you have to like go out and find one for me, you know. Oh, but we are losing gauge for that. Oh, but this is also an ultimate, so we're gonna do it. This is 47. This is 5,000 and a 15% crit. I think let's try this. Also, context behind the giant ominous orb. There's no context. That's just our Haro. He's just our guy. That should be another... Right, we did crit. Okay, well. Crit should be a flat plus 20. Yeah, super crit is plus 40. Okay, and it does only get applied once. Okay, great. Yeah, this is the Psycho Haro. We evolved it, I believe. Did we evolve it from a Psycho Gundam? No, we evolved it from a regular Haro. I think it could also come from a Psycho Gundam. But yeah, it's just... He's just big. You're back. Welcome back. That was so fast. You should be good for today. Anyway, good to see your guy in this game. Who's your guy? Did we make you a character, Pringle, and I forgot? Like I said, it's been so long since I've played this game. I'm probably going to be like woefully unequipped to comment on things right away. The context is it's broken as hell. Yeah. There's Gundam's character. Cam. Toby is a real person. I mean, okay, that sounds really bad. Not that you guys aren't. Did you make Jim Helm work? Yeah. Okay. I see. I almost just also wasted your turn, so sorry about that. Okay. I guess we're gonna give this to one of these goobers. Because we need to do as much of this as we can. This is the special shooting icon. I see. Okay. This man is turbo dead. Yeah, I've not really paid attention to the score system, like literally at all this entire time we've played. Other than just like I knew what was happening in the background. Yeah, so we got one crit. I wonder if a regular crit and a super crit stack at the same. Like, can you get plus 60 in total, or does one replace the other? You just got Garrett in Genesis. It looks like 5 stories. It took 5 stories to complete. That's so much. Nicely done, though. We had a good time relaxing with friends and watching him play Stellaris with a Transformers mod. So far, it's going well, except for Out of the Dark Energon and people are starving, but celebrate. Everything's going fine. People are starving, but like that's fine, whatever. I guess we should actually move Kira to be the one to do this. I mean, we need to keep him in range of all of them. Wait, so why was I just missing the range for Mu? No. Why did we get Mu to support before? Is he just out of... Oh, well, that's not right. He's just out of ammo, okay. I hate that so much. I forgot how much I loathe that in this game. That the bottom button is just end turn. I wanted to look at his stats. The muscle memory got me. It's fine. Time to go for play 2, Al Haman 2, and Rue. Yeah. Best of luck. You're leading them is so cursed. Transformers Stellaris is super based. I know nothing about Stellaris other than it's like a space game. But sounds cool. Yeah, he told me he put everything in place to make sure that the people won't starve next time. Okay. But from what I understand, Masters don't care about squads. I think it was just that he was out of range for an attack. How do we check this? Yeah, it's just that he just didn't have any like relevant attacks. He was one space away from being able to use the high energy beam rifle. So he should have been the one to move to pull the other two. I guess he wouldn't have though, because it's not how. But I'm pretty sure Masters can grab everybody, right? Which means beating Double Zeta Gundam storyline, which is long. The only longer one is Original Gundam. I'm surprised that like Zeta is not also. Maybe Zeta's like maybe just shy of it. I'm surprised that Double Zeta gets that much billing, but I guess because it's a Japanese. Is it a Japanese game first? Well, I mean, like, obviously it's made from Japan, but like, was it only marketed to a Japanese audience? In which case, I guess I see why they would have that be the case. Okay. These crit rates are something else. This one? Yeah. That's it? Oh, right. Okay. I don't remember how this works. Okay, so everybody is within NR's leadership range. So the Kobo and the Curios, Cam and the Double O, and Lala in the Phoenix should be able to pick up NR's supports, assuming he is close enough to hit a thing. So I guess let's move him close enough to hit a thing. Oh, I can also just scroll through it like this. I think getting the score is better, but oh, no one is close enough. That's the trouble. Okay, I see. Char's counterattack is 2 stages. Wild. Is Asian Territories game? If that, yes, yeah. But yes, it is. Okay. I would have assumed that it was. It would feel weird to me if it wasn't at least it wasn't at least given some length to it. But so very happy with RF Zaku, especially looking forward to seeing what it can turn into. Yeah, no, I am like, the thing that's definitely carrying me on this game right now is the Pokemon nature of it, getting to like just see what has happened, like see everything that's going on. Okay, well, I guess I probably was just right in the first place to do this. Let's rock it. Oh, I guess we should have put the attack animations off. That's fine. We'll have plenty of time to show it off later. There probably isn't even overkill, is it? Oh, right, and here's the funny Forever Gundam. Oh, well, it was an overkill, okay. Here's the funny Forever Gundam that can like snap off into a regular Gundam. Fly, my pretties. Let's move down here. Okay. So I guess we're not going to fight them this turn. Honestly, fine. We have multiple turns still. It's just about, we just need to put people up there. Okay. And then we can toss people back into the Diva for a ship that I forgot that we got. But we can put people back in there to get recharged. And then we can with this next turn. Okay, I think there's nothing else relevant to do. Like, we could end everyone's turn over here, but there's no enemies over here, right? There was some way. I'm sure of it. What? There was some way to look at a map. There we go. That's what it was. Yeah, okay. There's only 3 enemies here. Yeah, we're good. Okay. Cool. Oh, yeah, G-Generation Genesis is weird. With how many things go, like, the 4 main series get quite a lot of stages, while most side stories only get 2 or 3, if they're lucky. What a strange distribution of things. I wonder if that was, like, budget concerns, or if that was just, like, very deliberately, like, we've got enough of those. I mean, like, I'm not going to complain that Char's counterattack is not getting a lot of attention. We put so much time into that darn thing in Super Robot Wars. Genesis also has that. It's fun what becomes of it, like Gundam Ground Type to Slave Wraith to Pixie and so on. Yeah. Or Gundam Mark III to ECS Gundam. Yeah, like, as someone who has spent a lot of time on the wikis just clicking through, like, what Gundam was used to develop what other Gundam, it's very fun to see that get represented in gameplay. I guess we could have moved them up a little bit closer. That's fine. That's okay. So we can use the right side as the like phone it inside this next turn. Okay. Who else is in NR's squadron? His team, I apologize. We need the Curios, the Double O. The Double O is already getting included. Oh, I guess just attacking from here is actually better, isn't it? Yeah, we get 2 people in. Okay. Then Como can come here and... Why does he only get 2 supports? Maybe because they're not the leader. Also, Como, I don't remember because I guess the body types are like assigned by gender. So I guess you wouldn't be a woman. I apologize. DCA has to be fair. Doesn't really have that much to work with stage wise. I mean, true. That hasn't stopped them from still like spamming the bejesus out of it in other content. Like, there is so much of it everywhere. The game is very long already. If it was longer and more 1 year war centric, it would be worse. Oh, fair. Yeah. I just wasn't sure if it was like by design, you know. But there's some weird choices, like the original Mobile Suit Gundam. You don't get Lala or the Black Tri-Stars. That is very odd. Oh, you don't mind about gender? Okay. Gender is important to me. I want to make sure if you get people's right. Okay, I think we just can do the same thing here again. Yeah. But I guess the freedom of gender is also an expression of it, so I'm not gonna fight you. Does it show if any of those are crits? Because none of that showed a crit in there. Okay, no, we did not get it. Okay, yeah. Gender. Llama, isn't that just Steven Universe? Gender? I swear this is a very funny joke if you watch Steven Universe. Peru. I'm assuming that you have watched it. Is that a correct assumption? Oh no, okay, it does say critical. It does say critical on there. I didn't think it showed you critical over the number. That's because it doesn't. It shows you it over the robot you are critting. I mean, Genesis has 11 one-year war stories, which is way too much low-level content. That is a surprising amount. That is a pretty hefty amount. I am still a sucker for like just regular one-year war content, so I'm not going to complain. But like, I also don't hate the idea that it's a lot of low-level content. Like it's a good excuse to train people up, I guess. It's really weird that you don't get Lala, though. I get why you might not get the Black Tri-Stars. I, like, kinda can see it, but... You've not? No, it's on your watch list. Yeah, I will be the first to advocate that it goes very high up on there. You know, actually, I think we've done this before already, Lava. It's a very important show. It's very good. I suspect you'll really like Becky Sugar. Becky Shugs. There is a very important scene, like season 3 or 4, that is like first on television. Yeah. All genders are equal in side effect. Dead. Yeah. I mean, you get them, but they don't get a stage. Oh, got it. Okay. Oh, I mean, the Black Tri-Stars, for as much billing as they get in a lot of shows, really are not around in the show that long. Let's see what percent multiplier 40,000 damage is. It's weird that Lala doesn't get a stage though. Like that seems strange to me. I do need the Gelsgay to hit a little bit more accurately. We got a crit. Ah, only 1.9 times. We were close though. Lala is in Genesis as playable pilot, same with the trio. Okay, yeah. No, it's just they like don't get like we don't pay attention. So what do you do for 11 stages then? I feel like there's I feel like they're like kind of major billing, right? It does suck how much fat needs to be trimmed. Yeah. Horror Punch is very hard, apparently. Yeah, no. The Psycho Gundam is very broken. Okay, I think nothing else is in range because of how we chose to do this, which is my bad. I said we didn't need to move them, and turns out the answer was, in fact, we did. So let's just have let's have you slide to the left, and then we'll punch this one out because just like still killing it is score. We did still do double its health, like that is still something. Oh, not 11 stages, 11 stories with at least. Oh. I understand. I apologize. I didn't realize how much more dense that was. That is definitely more. That's definitely more 1 year war than I think is probably reasonable. How in the world are we not? What are we spending that on then? Archangel, launch preparation complete. We're clear for takeoff. Understood. We need more time. All units return to the Archangel immediately. It's fine. Roger. I mean, you have the first episode, the first fight against Char, yeah. Then the first battle against against Garma, yeah. Final battle against the Blue Giant, then Jaburo, Solomon, finale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's only Pringle. That is 6 of 11. Archangel, launch first. We'll cover you. Got it. Bow at 20 bow at 20. Archangel, launch. Goodbye. Junction integrated. Catapult connected. Boosters mounted. Great. Speed up the final checks. Preparations for departure are done, Lord Uzumi. Hurry up. There isn't much time. Father, come with us. Don't stay behind. Oh, right. We're blowing up the island. Okay. How long are you going to hesitate? Hurry up already. But we have our roles. You have our own job to do. Still, why don't they understand that no one will inherit our world? There'll be no future. The legged ship. You know what? I do think the SpongeBob text, or whatever the name of the name of that text is, does actually help get it pronounced as legged instead of legged. Oh, that's all the stages. Okay. Okay, what am I misunderstanding? What am I misunderstanding about the difference between stories and stages? Could someone break down the difference between stages, stories, and chapters? I do feel like we use these words really interchangeably in playing these kinds of games. That's why I was like always really hard on using scenario to describe a map. Captain, a message from the Adulma. Is it from Hayato? It's from a typewriter. Is falling, even if a small amount of people. What's falling? It's a colony. Side 4 is falling. You're telling me the colony's falling apart? The colony's falling from Earth. Isn't the Earth Federation's job to stop colony drops? Tell me this isn't Carbus work. Quit complaining. The Federation wouldn't do anything, even if they knew. Say what? The Earth Federation dignitaries want the population reduced. Trying to save food. People aren't rats. We barely got time to save one person. Give the order. Roger, leave it to me. Also, the stages can have a pre-deploy only part followed by a part with your allies deployed. Like Gundam Stage 1 is both Gundam versus Zaku 2. Then okay. So for like the 8th MS story, the 8th MS story team, you get 2 stages. Wild. The colony's finally dropping, Lady Haman. Rakan promises to live up to your expectations. Dryson Squad, advance. Cut off Orb's escape route. The more Earth rats are the more Earth rats are bait, the better. Carve the true meaning of despair into the rotten people of the Earth Federation. Okay. Stories are like the ranks here. Stage are the missions, scenarios you play. Okay. That'll make more sense to me once I can click back into it, but I do think I understand. Okay. I'm going on ahead, Mr. Bright. I won't let the colony drop onto these innocent people. They won't be doing whatever they want anymore. Judo, moving out. The 11 stories are different stories, each one having a certain amount of stage. Okay, yeah. And the 1 year war. Yeah, the 1 year war has 11 stories. Okay. I feel like this could. I feel like Pringle. What you are saying is different than I feel like there's some overlap here that's not working out. Defeat 10 Drysons within 5 turns. Judo defeats Rakan before 10 Drysons are destroyed. Okay, so just as soon as Judo can kill Rakan, we're good. War is heartless. Only the strong survive. The weak will be driven into the mud. No matter what, I must always be the hero. Thanks, chat. What are your supports? Hello again. Stabby Reads. Incredible. Thank you for also telling me who you were. The fact that you have the word Stabby in your name, I think we're gonna figure that one out. Welcome back. It's good to see you. My boy, my British boy. I don't remember the John Bull Gundam having a head that big. I think they really exaggerated that for the super deformed form. Wow. Okay. What was it? Hold on. What were the buttons? Okay, there we go. Great. After 1 year war, you have 81, Stardust Memory, Zeta, Double Zeta, CCA, Unicorn, Brilliant Hathaway, final stage unlocks after all is cleared. Okay. Oh, it's not... When you said 11 one-year war stories, did you mean 11 Universal Century stories, NR? What are we doing up here? Is there anyone here? Oh, okay. Okay, yes, there's actually a lot here. Everything is so spread out. Okay. Okay. Because we can probably just ascend. Where are you? Right, this should be Rakan. Yeah, that's Rakan. That's actually not... Okay, we probably can't do it this turn, but... 11 one-year war Universal... 11 one-year war UC stories followed by what you listed. Oh, okay. Okay. So when Pringle said there were only those 6 that I listed off, you know what, this is a lot of effort for a game that we are not actively playing. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out at another point. But you need to beat them all. Yeah. No, regardless, I understand it is like wildly tedious to have to do all of these. Okay, I think we just probably move Judo forward. And then we can deal with exactly what we're doing next turn. Okay, who else needs to go back in? We'll put you back in. You need to go back in too. I guess you do too. These are probably fine. We can punch here, then go back in. Okay, we're not. That's fine. We can punch here and then go back in the Gao afterwards. Okay, and then we can we'll ascend next turn. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is fine. Then we can also put the master back in the battleship and we'll be good. But it's just Genesis Con is way too much weak when you're war content. You very quickly eclipse. Yeah. Howdy Gundam. Yes, in fact, we are bullying Seed units. Thank you for noticing. We're about to be bullying double Zeta units. Okay, hold on. We need to do this before 10 are destroyed. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Did I count badly? I did. Okay. There are 9 over here. So as long as we don't kill any of them in the back, we will be fine. So we can just sort of let Gentle Chapman file in and then ignore him, yeah. And yes, yeah, it's true. Your bug is now mission appropriate. That's true. On your first run, you had to clean up so much on your work on Artina's. Yeah, that's definitely like a put a podcast on. Put like a playthrough of another game on. Kinda gameplay, I think. Go, my spider, kill. We gotta get her some more accuracy first, but I am so many of these things seem like so like woefully unbalanced in terms of their stats, and I'm curious how they got designed that way. You know, let's put some attacks on. Your vacation is going well. Glad to hear. Oh, right, I forgot to our vacation. Would you like to share more about your vacation? Oh, is that why you posted that beautiful picture? Was that a walk you were taking because of your vacation? Your day's been interesting. You were reading an edgelord fanfiction that threw you for a loop when it referenced Machine Robo of all things. What was the rest of the fanfiction about? Was it just like well, if it's fanfiction, that means it's probably set in something. But like we may as well hit these now if we can. Yeah. Aside from this being kids run, any other rules? No, Stabby. No, we have not. Largely because this was the first time I was playing a G-Gen game. I do think this game is probably better with more rules, but I did not know how to set them, you know. Yeah, you posted some pictures from the Austrian state Salzburg. Okay, yeah. I did see that briefly when I just popped over to Discord to make that the G-Gen channel. Class of 09 because it was freaking there's a crossover between it and Transformers. Got it. Rise. Not that. Okay, you know what? We'll just pop all of y'all back in. And then you come up here. And then there's 7 that have not moved yet. Oh, right. These ones that were in here already. Okay, well, let's take a step back. And we can go 1, 2, 3. And fire. Your rule always was capture and evolve only and no dupes. Oh, okay, sure. We are roughly doing that, Stabby. I believe we have, barring me just being an idiot, we have largely maintained no dupes. We did have 2 Phoenixes. But we've been doing a lot of capturing and evolving, largely because I wanted to give people the chance to like, where the people have requested units to play as, so. That was a good way of getting that in. Your curiosity got the better of you. The character actually bearable when it's not the trash at the end. Yeah. You're surprised you're enjoying the crossover. It's definitely an interesting choice. The units get regen while in the ship. Como, I think it's about 90% energy regen. Or 90% regen. We've put stuff back, and they've not actually gotten the full They've not gotten the full restoration, but it's pretty close. Oh, it's dependent on the mechanic's defense. Okay. Like, got it. Yeah, there's a lot going on with the ships that I'm like not like actively thinking about, but you can equip a lot of people to these ships, and they do a bit too. They do a lot to them. Yeah, it's like really high. But we've definitely put people back in the ships, and they have not actually gotten a full heal from regardless of where they were. But usually it's put it in. Yeah, it's usually just put it in, and then you're good. How much did we miss by? 28. Wild. You don't think the FR can fly? Oh, yeah, you're right. That's just true. Who else has not gone yet? Oh, we have this entire crew. Okay. What do you mean the Hyakushiki can't fly? The Mega... Okay. What are we looking at? This... I guess we deploy these goobers... But we still can't... Right, we can't do that. Okay. I guess we deploy these goobers just, like, not where we are, so we can have them be capturable later. Can we get them to jump on the Mega Rider? Also restore snaps up. Oh, yes, that's a good point. Yeah. Right, I've been using the new Gundam really badly because it has snap-off parts, and we can, like, snap off first, then go back into the ship afterwards. Howdy, Tricky. Welcome. Good to see you. This is fine. That was part of the plan. This is okay. I was kind of hoping this was going to move up, though, but that's whatever. You missed the last Dream stream. Unfortunately, you did, Tricky. It is every Thursday and Friday. It's always Thursday and Friday. You can also have the Argama go down and deploy. Yes, yeah. Even better that these things are dropping down. We don't have to deal with them. Double Zeta Gundam FA uses up its energy. Purge use it up again, back in the ship, and boom to FA. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Yes, we did see the Gigan Scudo, Tricky. We absolutely did. We didn't get to use it, admittedly, but we did see it. It is very cool looking. I'm very interested in using it. Stuck on 1 range and 5 movement. Yeah, I know. That's like it seems pretty rough, but like I think it's gonna be fun to get it to work. It's like it feels like a good training project, right? It's that like Zero to Hero style. It's like that Zero to Hero style. Okay. We, in fact, were not as close as I thought we were. Oh, no, we're fine on this side. Okay, we're fine on this side. Go, my British boy. Do not let the PTSD keep you down. Oh, right. It can't fly also. Okay, that's fine. We will deal with that at some point. Get bopped. Okay, that is probably good as far as damage goes. What's Shangri-La Soul? Reduce energy cost by 5% for all non-ultimate weapons. Increase the shooting melee reaction at super high tension. Okay. But yeah, we can double beam rifle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll even take that covering fire. Yeah. Or in Genesis, you get FA Unicorn. It's busted top unit among top tier Unicorn Gundams, all 5 unique ones. I do remember you saying that the unicorns were like really just wild. Send Jim. I need him to have a British greeting. Oh yeah, totally. We can definitely do that, Pringle. Let me finish sending these things out up here, then we can drop back down, and we can have the FA gun, the FA Zaku face off against Gentle Chapman. Shangri-La Soul is amazing for Psycho Haro. That makes sense. Yeah. That makes sense to me. Okay. Do you have? Yes, you do have a couple of deployables. So, can we tag you from here? We can. Incredible. We can even hit both. Oh, right. No, you can't. Okay, you can't do both. That's fine. I think this is still preferable. Yep, we know it's going to defend. I'm surprised we can't. Why can't we transform the G Fortress? That's so weird. Or is it just that the Double Zeta can't fly? I feel like the Double Zeta can fly. Maybe I'm wrong though. Or maybe they just like decided it can't in this game. Perfect. Applies all beam type weapons except penetrating beam reduce damage from penetrating. Okay. So what it was using, the snout beam gun is penetrating. Yeah. Okay, great. Yeah, your ranking would be crystallized unicorn last, then 3, then 2, then 1 green, then fully armored, not counting the base due to full armored. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah. The base just does get sort of scooped up in the full armored one. Yeah. I'm here for that. That makes sense. Normal Zeta cannot fly. No, I know that. Oh, do you mean the normal double Zeta? So I know the normal Zeta can. That's why I put Drew in the. Oh, hi. A lot of flying platforms in this mission. Yeah, no, absolutely. Okay, so I guess we can tag. You know what? Let's do this now. And then we can figure out what's best for. You believe you were unforgivable. Then we can figure out what's best for the rest of the positioning after this. What the? What's with that movement? How dare you? And then we can also just like send Judo far to the left. Oh. But we still need to destroy the other Dryzens. I see. Okay. I understand. That is not how I was reading that. I mean, that's fine. Okay, then let's... So we can be in that space. I'm going to keep my mouse there. Oh, it moves it back. That's lame. Okay, where is that? That is corner left 1 up 3. Corner left 1 up 1, 2, 3. Okay, here is safe, and I believe that will be enough. Oh, I see. We'll get 1 closer so we can hit the weak point. Yeah, that should be enough to get it to send out its deployments. Cool. Okay. Flag platforms are enemies only, sadly. Somewhat jank in Genesis and well done in Crossrays. That is kind of disappointing. I do like them a lot. Okay, you can descend. Yeah, the descending taking a turn is really annoying. I don't like. Okay, it's annoying, but it's not annoying in a bad way. Like, I think that's probably correct. It does make you plan a little bit more. Okay, then we can drop you off here. Unfortunately, I don't think it's going to get to be this turn. That we get you to have your British greeting, but this will work, I think. Can we? Oh yes, we can go over further, so we can start by tagging Well, this is 100% accuracy, so we are going to use it. Right, that guarantees the kill. Descend with proper positioning using chance step is great. Yes, yeah. Being able to descend to immediately have an attack and then giving yourself back in action. Yeah, we've definitely done that a couple of times. That does feel really good. I'm with you. And then we can send Lala back here. Support. Yes. Why was that support screen so dim? That was weird. Great. Okay, sweet. Have you seen Gigan's Gudo map attack stats? We did look at them briefly, Tricky. I can't tell you off the top of my head if I remember what they are, though. Our score is so, like, wildly inflated because of, like, completing things giving you score in such a weird way. So strange. I did see one ammo. I do remember that. I'm pretty used to that, it feels like. It seems like a lot of things have, like, a 1 ammo map attack or, like, a 2 ammo map attack. There's nobody else left in here, right? No, there is not. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We can probably... dang, we're a little short. Okay, that's fine. This is SD Gundam G Generation's Overworld. The Gigan Scooter sure is one wide boy. He's so wide. I guess we may as well just do this again. Yeah, that's fine. We do hope you'll play Genesis at some point, as I think the system improvements, especially unlocks, should interest you. I do want to, yeah, no, for sure. I do think these are just better off-stream games, unfortunately. At least as far as how I'm thinking of them, at least as far as I'm concerned. I could be wrong about that. But... Okay, I think we move the Gao is wild. Do any battleships have post movement? I don't think they do. I'm so glad we bought the Gao. Okay, maybe instead we move here, attack, like this. And then see where this puts us for that next Gundam, or for the next Racing. And then maybe we don't have to move the Gao down. Maybe we can turn around and move the Gao up so we can start clearing the other ones. I mean, what game has a 1 ammo map attack? I feel like there's a couple of them. Am I making that up? I feel like there's a couple of them that have really low amounts. Hold on. Alpha does. Absolutely, Alpha does. All of the Macross jets in Alpha have 1 ammo map attacks. Gigan Scudo, just the Millennium Shield with an attack step. That's such a good point, Edward. That's really funny. Warships are a lot better in Genesis. I would assume so. They're largely dead weight here, but that's fine. Warships are post movement from Genesis onward. Okay, cool. That's maybe not necessary, but Rolling Buster Rifle has 2 ammo. I was also thinking of that too, but that is, yeah, strictly speaking, that is 1 more, but it's still a low count. But the one I was thinking of was the all the Valkyries. I did my math bad. Okay, that's fine. That's such a shame. Okay. Does it have 3 ammo? Tricky, didn't they change that? Oh, I did that bad twice. Okay, well... Yeah, we shouldn't have gotten that close then. That's my bad. I forgot it doesn't rotate in place. Okay. We're just gonna fly it backwards. I know Kira got a buff. I know Kira got a buff at some point during one of the patches. and it was designed to buff his ace bonus. But I would not be surprised if they buffed other things with it too, considering that game just like made patch changes and did not tell anybody about them. It was wild. I think it's 3 and X2, although it might be from a skill. That could be. I guess let's just like hop back in here. This is like free movement, so we may as well. Okay, well that's not. That's fine. You're gonna stay there, Rue. We kind of, the point is actually not to use you. The point is just to make you capturable. That, you know, actually, that said, I am sort of tempted to have them leave this airspace just so that we can, like, get rid of this part of the map, you know? Don't attack our capturable units. That's fine. This feels like you're watching Tom and Jerry chase, except it's a cow running backwards. Yeah. How far back can you move while still? Perfect. Bummer. We can move back 1 step and still have that. That works. It reminds you in Z, Wing 0. That reminds you in Z, Wing 0 looks broken as hell. Post-movement rolling buster rifle and twin buster rifle. Yeah. Oh, right. The rolling buster is Heroes, not Kira. Sorry, that's my bad. I'm pretty sure Kira's map attack has a really low count too. I don't remember off the top of my head though. What? Right, these two. I guess we do want to sortie them now just to get them out of the way. Yeah, no, sorry. Forgot what I said about Kira. I mean, generally speaking, what I said still stands, which is that the game did make small buffs, like small changes to things. Yeah, okay. And didn't say anything, so it's quite possible they just like added an extra point of ammo onto things. I guess like you could go back and check my streams. Maybe I'll go back and check my streams later and see if there is if we do see Cure with 2 ammo. We don't want this to happen on enemy phase. Z3.1 is really funny with the Wing 0 because it didn't give it an all attack, and because his voice actor, after he played it, was upset because it didn't make sense. So they gave him one in part 2. That's very fun. Do you plan to do DLC? Yeah, probably at some point, Tricky. I just don't know when. I'm like kind of burnt out of the game generally. So, like, it probably won't be right away. Like, I want to have fun with it. I also not the least of which being that I have to buy it again. That I had to spend a lot of money repairing my house. So I need to be a little bit more reserved with my finances right now. Isn't it like $30? Man warships deployed next, not attacking looks so weird. It does. I mean, if having not played Genesis, it still looks weird. Is the ships in this game take up multiple squares? Yeah, no, I just utterly adore when tactics games let their units take up multiple spaces. I also really like map attacks. Like, I really like map attacks for the same reason. Like, I like that we're using the fact that there are multiple squares that could mean something. Thank you, Adar. I appreciate it. Yeah, having a house, turns out, is not actually that much different in terms of money. It's so expensive. Golly. DLC seems more value than DLC 1 or 2. I do think that's true, 100%. If I had to pick between all 3 of them, right now without context, I do think I would probably err on the side of DLC 3 because it just gives you a different game mode. But that doesn't change the fact whether I do have the resources to do it or not, you know? The size being meaningful is great. Yeah, no, I love it so much. It's really just very smart. Okay, so we can do this. So we gotta weaken this Dryson first, which is fine and perfectly manageable. Can we equip you here? Master being locked DLC 3 is coming. Oh yeah, no. I think it's awful that difficulty is a paid for DLC and not a free DLC. But it doesn't change the fact that it being in the DLC does make the DLC more value. No. I was like furious when I saw that was not free. DLC for Y, Grant. Also, welcome. Hi, good to see you. You might play Y again, but you won't lie. You're not excited about it. I think that's like the general vibe about this channel mostly, except for Tricky, because of LTCing it. Is that everyone's like, I guess I could play Y again, but like, I don't know, give me something else. It sucks. Yeah, they did it for 30, but 30 was free though. Wasn't that DLC free though? Is that the reason why we're all upset? Super Expert was locked behind DLC free. Oh, okay. Was there a difficulty that was free? Hi, Grant. I am doing largely okay. It's been a bit of an ask to get up today. It's so hot here, and I just would like it to stop being bad. But like I'm built for Greenland. I'm built for the South Pole. So coming from someone that SMT3 P5 having download difficulty was already bad. That's fair. Yeah, I don't hate that. I don't hate difficulty being a little bit of a DLC, a free DLC for people who really care about it. Buy it. I do think just having it in the base game is still probably the best choice. I am also going so far as to say that I think no DLC is ever good. I don't think we should ever have DLC. I would rather just wait a little bit longer for the game to come out with the DLC with it. But no, Super Expert was free. Super Expert Plus. Oh, sorry, my mistake. There was a plus there. Super Expert was badly designed. It's easier than Expert. I do remember that you just like committed to one unit, and it was really easy to just like juice that unit so far up because everything was higher level and you got more EXP. So like your character, like the units that you pick leveled up way faster. It's either cold over here since we worried over potential snow. Wild NR. It's close to 100 here. Your passive brainstorming has realized that if we were allowed to have multiple aerial levels and meaningful 3D buildings, they could use high-rise and geography to vary up. That would be, right, Llama, that would be so cool. I love that idea, right? That you have like an on-the-ground, actually, hold on, sorry. Let me get this clacks on and everyone's here. All personnel evacuate. Revision C, evacuate. All systems go. All right, okay, just, sure. I would like this to stop talking. Llama had a good idea. I want to talk about it. But you're my pride and joy, Kigali. Now let's blow up the world, brother. Okay, great. Yeah, no, Llama. That's such a smart idea. That we have like land where like trees are in the way. We have like mid-height where you can still see skyscrapers, and then you have tall height where you could like be over top of everything, and that you would just have these like columns that you had to dodge back and forth in between. It would be so cool. I would love that so much. But my beach episode DLC, yeah. Como, don't you worry. I know it's an unpopular opinion. It's not even about picking a small team. Having a bigger team means enemies raise their level, which means your level raises higher, etc. Well, okay, but typically it's not about what your team, or it is always an average of your whole group. But they had like 20 levels on 10 units. Next map, the enemy has +7 higher. You're redoing that. Yeah. You hit level 200. That's wild. That would be interesting, but putting MSs on skyscrapers would be bad. Yeah. Well, I mean, not necessarily. They do that in 8th Mobile Suit Team, right? I think we see that a little bit in some of the more urban settings. I do really like when Gundam is really urban, too. Yeah, level average was so bad in 30. Incredible. Just big numbers all around. The colony's entering the atmosphere. Ugh, all hands, brace for impact. Yeah, maybe on the highest map, you still can see the skyscrapers, and they count as ground, and everything else counts as air. But like, anything could be standing. They're not like in the way. They're not like obstacles. Oh, gracious. Damage report. Sir, damage on all blocks. Where's the damage? Everywhere. Everything. Come on. Do you enjoy killing people? What is this feeling? The moans, the grief. Such a terrible tragedy. How could this happen? It's so far away. The garbage you can do with relic missions to push levels early was disgusting. I imagine, yeah. There's so, if they were that broken and wide, based on what the scaling you've said about in 30, I would imagine. Damage, yes. It's finally done. Absurus, my son, impregnable orb has fallen. Now is the time to fulfill my dream of dying this island country with crimson flames. Poor orb, they're having a very bad day. Yeah. Ida, is this really your brother's dream? Gideus has suffered because of the war, and it's led to obsession. We can't let him proceed. We have to stop him at all costs. Ida, you're still alive, huh? To think my sister is with the man she fooled. Don't worry about it, though. I'll relieve you of your predicament soon. Gideus, please stop. How long will this war? How long do you want to prolong it? How many times do I have to tell you? With the Absurus. Orb will... No, that's just a delusion. Am I no longer able to get through to you? Yes, it's been that way for a while. Now, I'm no longer. Damn, your attachment to romance made you delusional. Mom was like that when she abandoned us. You poor thing. That's why you need to hold on to this iron womb. That's a weird sentence. Don't act like you know anything. This is war. No, this is a personal struggle. Don't screw around. I'm not having delusions. This power will lead Xeon to victory. I'll unleash all my remaining firepower. All weaklings will be exterminated. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, sure. Oh, yeah, that was the same for you with Super War Wide difficulty. I was playing on hard mode at the beginning, and then up the difficulty mid-game, reached level 200 on a lot of units for regular gameplay. I don't think we ever got that high, Kobo. We had to, like, grind really hard. Oh, you meant 30. You meant 30. Okay, yeah, okay. It's about to get worse, yeah, for sure. Gideus, please go home. Yeah, Iron Womb. Iron Womb is like the Iron Lung. It just tries to keep people alive for pregnancy reasons. That sounds like the thing America would make. But we don't stop Gideus here. We fight. We'll settle this with our own hands. We can't run from facing Gideus. I understand. Let's go together, Shiro. Is it Gideus or Gideus? I don't remember. Hold on. Let's look. We're probably gonna be saying it a lot. Gideasu. Great. Defeats Gideus in 5 turns. Once the Absurus goes into mass production, it'll be the end of the Atlantic Federation. Human potential, weak or strong, can be gauged by fighting earnestly. Don't hold back. Do what needs to be done. And that you can use it in AP. I'm here for that. I really like it. It's a lot of fun, I think. I liked using them a lot in GC. Look, it's an ugly mech. Do you not like the Brookeng? Interesting that she doesn't have the wheel in the profile picture. Right? The wheel's missing here, right? The wheel mechs, the second one too. Those mechs were intentionally ugly so they can't be sold in shops. That's really funny. It's the magnifying glass? What? Hamster mech wheels, it's back, yeah. I can't remember what the name of the wheels are, but there's a separate name for them too. And the wheel mobile suits, you love these things. It's so split. People are so split on them. It looks like a Saturday morning cartoon version of the Barzam. Yeah, no, totally. Okay, what are we looking at? Oh, Lupe is magnifying glass. Got it. Okay. I was thinking Lupe like wolf. In 30, they're called error no matching string ID. That's funny. Genuinely really like the wheels. Yeah, no, I think they're fun. Let's say Super Overwatch 30 was kind of a funky game. Yeah, you don't say. Okay, so we just, as far as this is concerned, this area is done. So these two can go down. Okay, great. The MS, I can take it or leave it, but you like the wheels. Yeah. They're like the platforms. They're like the platforms. That was very much buggy, looking at a lack of Red 5. Wait, what? Like the main character for MJP, just they forgot to put them in the game. I vote we just take this out now. How much is it? You know, that's oh, never mind. That wasn't from the satellite. There we go. Okay, that's like that satellite cannon. I think Prince probably should one shot it. After DLC 1 hits, Red 5 was accidentally deleted from the game due to a bug. That's so wild. That's so silly. I wonder how that happened. Okay, this should just be these three. Great. We will capture them later. We will just push up forward. It only reappears if it was force deployed. Fascinating. That makes sense to me, though. Why, like, that makes sense to me how we're showing back up. Let's just get you out of combat. I don't want you wasting experience. You can sit comfortably in the middle here. Roll rock here. Okay, and then that should be enough that the RF Zaku... That the RF Zaku will be able to take this out, and then we can probably get another Gundam. Y has a bug where the Fail 5 start without max HPSP, as they forgot to add parts STG upgrades before the map starts. Oh, that's really interesting. Why them in particular? Is it because of the... is it because, like, the synchronization rate? Is that what's doing it? It's very funny to see Red 5 run from reality. Yeah. Oh, this is not traversable. I see. My bad for not checking those. Okay, well... Never mind. I guess we will not get to fight General Chapman this turn. I was gonna go through here, but it's okay. Or you have the Hainu randomly has no sprite and combat animations. Gracious. Like, if you equip 500 HP part, they will have, like, 550 HP out of 6,000 HP start of the map. I mean, yeah, no, I get that there's, like, something very funny about the fact that they are the Fail 5. Like, that the game is sort of doing, like, is sort of justifying that itself, but... Okay, who else needs to go somewhere? I guess we just pull everyone forward. I guess they aren't called Fail 5 for no reason. Yeah, I guess not. This situation is so bad. Like, this situation is so rough. Do we just move back one this turn? I think we might just move back one this turn. And just accept that. Okay, then we can perfect. Oh, right. Okay. That's the opposite way. You attack here. Then we can have the perfect follow up on that. I want accuracy. Yeah. Also, 30 had some crash bugs too. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the crashing is not surprising. We even got 30 to crash. We got Y to crash also. You could have turned to make the unit catch up. I absolutely could not have. What are you talking about? No, I could not have. It was one space away and it was already facing backwards. If I turned it, it was going to move it 2 spaces away. 30 crashes if the enemy uses map attacks. Luckily, enemies don't have an enemy phase in 30. Yeah. What enemy phase? Lord help me, it's 92 degrees. Yeah, no, Gundam, that's the same. I'm like so sluggish. It's like, it's going between 96 and 100 here. I can't stand that. Yeah, no. NR, Oh, I see. You're right. No, never mind. Sorry. You're right. I'm wrong. We could have turned it sideways. I wasn't thinking about that. Yeah. It is a long rectangle. Yeah. No, I wasn't thinking about it correctly. You're right. Okay. Then we attack. Here is probably fine. That's the temperature my insides are supposed to be, not my outsides. Yeah, exactly. Then we can let the powered red clean this up. That'll have to be that. Perfect. You thought that it's supposed to be Africa? What? Like the song from Toto? I gotta tell you, it's really hard not to have the horror just like punch Gentle Chapman out right now. I want to give you your British greeting, but oh, hell temperature's got it. Is that also supposed to be? It's so far. Australia. Yeah, is that also supposed to be Australia too? Do we have any Aussies among us? Can you confirm? Everything else in that country wants to kill you, so I just sort of figured. Golly, we're like so close to... We're so close to this being relevant. But we are not. Yeah, we're 1 space away. That's a shame. Okay, well, we will just... Okay, no, so I guess we move back on the battleship. Yeah, we move back on the battleship. We can get the battleship to deploy later. There's no one in here still. We have... I guess the powered red still can move. I do like this, like, pop in, pop out, though. I think that's fine. Yes. Let's bring Shiro down. Oh. Okay, I guess we can't bring Shiro down. Let's bring Shiro to the right, because I would like him to, if at all possible, avoid combat. Okay, fine. Great. Oh, come on, you are an Aussie. Okay, tell me then, how hot is it in Australia? Because I feel like Australia is like, isn't Australia famously trying to kill you for everything? But no, like, in all seriousness though, like, the middle of the country is a desert, right? Australia makes live-action aliens, but the aliens are wasp victims of spiders. Yeah. As long as you aren't anywhere near the dry land center, then you won't burn. Yeah. Okay, that is what I was thinking of. Right? Because isn't Australia almost entirely inhabited around the border of it? That like no one lives in the middle because it is just like so like impossibly unlivable. Alien movies since it lays parasites, I think. Oh yeah, no, they totally do. I think we're just going to defend. I need to go watch. My partner and I are gonna watch the Alien movies at some point. He really likes them. I think I watched the first one, and I for sure watched Prometheus, which is a really weird order to watch them. I think I watched Prometheus first because my friends went to go see it. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. One more. That's fine. Great, we dodged it anyway. You'd be right. There's barely anything in the center of Australia. So note about to note. There's nothing in the center of Australia to note about other than death creatures. Yeah. You never watched Aliens nor Terminator? I do. We're gonna watch Terminator at some point too. I feel like they have the like a monumental amount of cultural staying power over here in the States because they're they're US made films. Do they have the same sort of cultural currency? I would assume so, like through the internet. But I could be wrong. Let's make sure I'm not making assumptions. Fun fact: Sniper FW deals attack down 2 and does. Oh, cool. How has someone not seen Terminator? Yeah. 1 and 2 bang, then you know there is the others. Yeah. Okay, yeah, so this was also what Anna was talking about. We could have turned the gal this way and we would have been able to catch up. As we're going to demonstrate now. Also, hi, Cam. Welcome. How are you doing? Okay. There's also just so much content anymore. It is sort of hard to be able to do all of the things. Okay. We can move here. More proof we need an archive movie night on Discord. I know we were talking. My partner and I were talking about that we were like, there's a possibility. As if I have all this time already. You've never seen a Bond movie, only clips. Gundam, you know what? Maybe I will be a dissenter here, but I think that's probably okay. What up? You were eating, so you're a tad late. That's totally okay. How we're doing this Monday is trying not to cook. It's so hot here. We were just talking about weather, then Como was telling us about the living qualities in the middle of Australia. You've seen Predator, but not Alien or Terminator. I have seen all the Predator. The Predator movies were all on while I was in the room. I was like falling asleep, trying my best to keep my eyes open, but they were in the room while I was watching them, while I was there. 1 out of 3 ain't bad. Yeah, I guess those all do sort of go together. You have seen Bond movies, they are more provocative than Knight Rider. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Is that like a normal association together? And I feel like those two things in my head don't really go together at all. Other than maybe just being like, they're like dad movies, but good to know it's hot everywhere. It's been awful hot in England all this month. I'm so sorry. We've gotten like every other. It's like been 60s and now it's 90s. It'll be back down to 60s soon, but yeah, it's hunkin' rush. Global warming finally doing what's advertised instead of weird weather shifting nonsense. Hooray! As promised, our British greeting. There we go. He got his licks in. Now let's take him out. If there was anything accurate about dead desert lands, it would look exactly like Australian deserts. Yeah. It's impossible for me to be defeated here. Knight Rider is also secret law enforcement. Also, it's originally 16 and up. Oh, I guess I don't know what the German rating system is also. In the US, they're all R-rated, so 18. I guess describe. I don't know. I wouldn't describe James Bond as law enforcement per se. Maybe this is a translation thing. Like that has a very different ring to it compared to. Like those have very different things. Like, would you call the Secret Service law enforcement? I don't think I would. You've been saying honkin' and could not for the life you remember. You're welcome. The British fleet has been repelled. Destroy the stragglers. No, don't destroy them, capture them. Really, you never heard about Australia weather, just their killer wildlife. It's amazing. It has a population. Yeah. Oh, no, not in Germany. I know you're Austrian. I mean the German language. Sorry, I mean the German language. Like I guess I'm taking for granted, because like the language is shared, that you're probably using, like, I'm thinking like Hitachi from Japanese, that like when you turn, like, that there is a word unique for when you turn 20, because that's like your coming of age one, in the same way that like I can't give a good example right now, but like that there are a lot of English words that like presuppose you're using the same system. So I'm thinking about like ages for like words surrounding age values that like might change how like rating systems work, you know. Law enforcement implies cop shows or procedurals, right? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Where like I wouldn't call like some like the Secret Service law enforcement, or I wouldn't assume that, like, yeah, I don't know, that feels weird. Well, you would argue spies and police are both part of the executive branch. I feel like this is very much a countries working differently kind of situation. Because there's plenty of people that can be spies that are just like kind of independent branches that like operate on their own accord. And like they do sort of operate above the law, which I guess police officers do anyway. Yeah. Our weather is unpredictable as the chaos theory. Yeah. Like, I don't know anyone in England is calling James Bond a law enforcement movie, spy movies. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Talking of James Bond, you always prefer Kingsman, aggressively more British. Yeah, I definitely like poo-pooed Kingsman at first a little bit, and I was like, no, I'm too good for this. This is silly and stupid. And then I had to be like, no, what am I talking about? This is very fun. These are very cute movies. They're really good. You have a feeling it's more of a you thing? Okay. Yeah, I can never tell, because our audience is so international, I can never tell if it is like a cultural difference thing between language or country, or whether it's just like a vibes personal preference deal. Also, Knight Rider is also secretly acting anyways. What? Wait, what does that mean? Yeah, agreed. Only James Bond film you watched, you tried to sleep through in the cinema because it was so bored. Meanwhile, you fully enjoyed every Kingsman you watched. Yeah, I've never seen a James Bond in a cinema. I have only ever seen them on like rerun channels. You must have the most international audience for a channel your size. Yeah, no, it's so wild. Isn't it? It's like so baffling. I do think it is like I think everything about this is like such a like uniquely odd situation, because like these games have so little content about them, and like we identified before, they're very internationally, like they seem very internationally popular, and it's just strange that these games don't have a lot about them anyway. So this all just makes for a very weird environment. A man of culture. You don't think Daniel Craig did any favors? Yeah, I mean, he's fine. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, these three. Okay, they're probably not going to get to participate anymore, but we'll see. Knight Rider is working in secret. James Bond is also working in secret. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, I got you. When you said acting, I was thinking like the person who was doing the job of being an actor performing. Because we were like a little bit talking about like people who were like playing James Bond. Yeah, I I was thinking about like the person who was acting. Were like, they had to film the movie Knight Rider in secret because it was too serious of a subject matter for the audience to handle. Never loved any of his movies. I can't think of what else he's been. Oh no, I really like Knives Out. Knives Out was fun. I assume because one, SRPGs are inherently more niche than other genres. Yeah, that's true. Then you add then two, you basically add the weeb fanfiction, which I robots and filters a lot of even nicher. Yeah, and then it's also in English, and also that these games are very like, we talked about the UI. Like these are very, whether you actually need to use the numbers, they're very sensorily assaulting. Like there's a lot of stuff on screen to like maybe have to pay attention to. The answer is you don't necessarily have to, but like that might not be apparent when you're first playing them. In the way that like playing a Fire Emblem or playing a Final Fantasy Tactics makes it kind of easier to just be like, we'll just sort of wing it. You will defend this take. Give me a good Daniel Craig performance. Well, I don't know if I'd call him a bad actor. Yeah. I will still stand by that. I think Knives Out was very good. I really like that movie. I did not see Glass Onion though. You got to go to bed. Well, welcome. Thank you for sticking around. It was a pleasure having you. Hopefully you rest well. Shiro has to kill the Absolute 3. Remember? Yes. No, I do remember. Don't you worry about that. You've seen a lot of people way overestimate how complicated the games. Yes, yeah. Right, yeah. But like a lot of JRPGs love doing that though. Like, have any of you played Gungnir? What is it called on? Is it just called Gungnir? I thought there was another word to it. But here, if you've not seen Gungnir, we need to look at this. Just hold on. Like, look at how overwhelming this UI is. It's really stylish. It's just hard to parse. Like, look at this. There's just so much happening on screen. Yeah, it's like, right, like I think there's a good number of like JRPGs or SRPGs that really like doing that really also like put people off of them in a way that something like a Fire Emblem or like a franchise named Tactics, like Fire Emblem Tactics, or not gracious, Final Fantasy Tactics, or Onimusha Tactics, or like Yu Yu Hakusho Tactics do not, because they are trying to like get people in because of the series first, the gameplay second. You're chilling after doing P5X dailies and grinding. Nice. I have seen that you've been playing P5X. I'm like trying really hard not to start another like live service constantly on game, but it's really hard not to. Every time you log on to it, I do go, maybe I should download that. There's a lot of Holy Trinity of games that make people bounce off. Yeah, absolutely. Is P5X fun? Is it good? I don't need you to sell it to me. Like this is not necessarily a pitch for me to like want to play it. Just like, does it hold up? I really liked DX2. I unfortunately can't play it anymore because my phone started doing this thing where it would uninstall apps. It would uninstall apps that I hadn't opened in a little bit, and I just hadn't opened DX2 in a hot minute. And then, so it just decided to uninstall it, and because of how that game saves your like account information, it just like my account's just gone. So like everything I was working on is just gone. It's so frustrating. Persona 5X is really fun. Did you see the absolute meme of the first pals? I did not. You knew there was a female character rumor arc. That arc is wild. What, in P5X? Or just in Persona 5? This is probably fine. Howdy, Melu. Welcome. Good to see you. The other reason we love P5X is we get a lot more variety of characters. We get so many adult characters, even jobs varying, right? Queens, idols, actors. That is really nice. Yeah, no, every time I think about Persona, I do keep saying, I really hope the next one is set in college or older. It would be really good. It really needs it. Don't die, everybody. Yeah, in P5X, you were surprised how evil they made that woman. I mean, good. I'm glad. We do seem so anymore to just, like, resist the idea that anyone other than a man can be evil, which is, like, not helpful or healthy. Like, that's not inclusive. Everyone gets to be evil sometimes. Persona 5X wants to focus on being a thing that society's ignored. Yeah. Which does feel like it fits in the P5 world already really well. Okay, so we can have the new Gundam kill here. We could also just have the Haro do it. I guess it depends on what this is going to be. Okay, so we want to stay a little bit away from it. We want him to move up still. Oh, but he's not going to because the Curious is there. Frick. Okay. Okay, so maybe we need Shiro to do it. I think we need Shiro to do it. Yeah, so that we can... I think we might have to try and go for the Apsaris this turn. Like, they made the guy's parents go away so that she could be the only person he could turn to. Okay. I mean, that is probably really accurate for a lot of very manipulative behavior. Do you think you've seen the last of Lupe Sinao? The Arc 1 is about the subway slammer, which is a notorious thing in Japan when people laugh it out of the room. In Japan, the other movie to the aggressively pushing past women is the sexual aspect. The other motive. In Japan, the other motive to the aggressively pushing past women. Oh, yes, yeah, totally. Yeah, no, like in Japan, there are women-only subway cars, presumably because of the same thing we're talking about. Also, did you already defeat the Apsaris 3? Remember, there was a funny interaction when you use a certain attack to defeat it with the MS-8. I have not yet. If you can tell me what that is, we can try and get that. We can try and make that happen. Then Arc 2 is about a critic who is destroying local restaurants reps, then buying them out and making them all taste generic. That's fun. That's a really neat idea. Okay, I don't think we can get there with that. We can probably get the Gao can probably deploy something out. Yeah, for sure. Okay, who needs the experience the most? Oh, never mind. Memelu is already out. I guess we can give it to Puru. Let's give it to Puru. This works fine for me. Because we can go 1 target 2. This will still surely kill. I know we're doing less damage, but that thing has barely any HP left. I want to see what the Apsaris 3 looks like. I'm also going to keep calling it the Apsaris. I know it's spelled with an L here, but I'm pretty sure the translation should be with an R. Because the water nymph spirit is called an Apsaris, not an Apsalis. Yeah, see, I knew we were going to be fine. The Trans Am weapons are wild. Yeah, no, I think we can take it out this turn. Oh no, we for sure can, because what we just did there is we let the Psycho Haro. The Psycho Haro can now come up here and. Okay, I guess so help me figure this out too. when to use the differences here. Then after Arc 2, the writer got canned, and they brought in Yusuke Nita, who wrote for P5R and P5S and P5T, which is fine because IMO, they are the best storylines since P3. Okay. Did you not like 4? We talked about this before. I think you didn't like 4. I forgot how many Persona 5 games there are. Right, so it's Persona 5, Persona 5 Royale, then Strikers, then Tactica, then X. Yeah. Okay, so this is a special awakening. This is a special shooting. Isn't it that awakening is better once we are in the higher level tensions? Is that what it's supposed to be? If I recall correctly, I believe that's what it's supposed to be. I think let's just do this. It's fine. But if someone knows like how to play it, yeah. Then, as Gundam alluded, we have a full female groomer arc. Basically, you're liking P5X as much, if not better, than some of the mainline, especially P5 Vanilla. Yeah, the P5 Vanilla opened up, I think, really strong, but then got really. I feel like they just did not push enough after. Like they did not push enough then afterwards. Closer to the end. Okay, who else hasn't gone yet? We're gonna put you back in the ship. You're fragile and weak. You have nothing left, I see. So let's go like this attack. I don't hate this idea. And then we can maybe get the new Gundam to chain off of this. I just don't want to... I don't want to accidentally kill the Apsaris with the new Gundam with its, like its biggest attack, you know? Yeah. Don't forget Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight. No, I didn't forget about that. I was thinking about that. I guess that's a different writer. Hopefully Metaphor Refantasio, hopefully Metaphor Regicide Edition is the thing. They promised to stop with the extra versions, but I don't believe them. No, it's way too popular in Japan. Like, that's like absolutely a thing to do. I'm sure we're going. But that said, didn't Metaphor like flop turbo hard compared to what they wanted to do? So we're probably not even going to get a new one. Didn't they have interviews about that they were like, maybe we'll do a new one, maybe we won't. We'll see. They even tackled mental health and suicide by having random who tried to do deeds become playable characters with a synergy. I'm here. Maybe I will play it. Let me see the Easy 8 attack to remember which was it. Okay, well, I'm sure it'll probably be pretty clear once we actually look at the attacks. Also, her grandma is a synergy and playable character. We have Persona Old Woman. That's so fun. That's so good. Okay, this thing has 30 defense. 30 defense and 21 defense. This is 24. And okay, so we're going to do a lot more damage. We're going to be doing a lot more damage here. I just want to like call it out so I can like think about how much damage this is. Okay, so this shouldn't kill the Apsaris. They better not. The game is perfect the way it is, and I tend to not like Atlas games. That's fair. They're definitely... If they're not your speed, they're really not your speed. But I still have not played Metaphor Refantasio yet. But I do want to. Last thing to not sell you on the game, but now is the perfect time to start. 1-year anniversary is upcoming. The next week we'll have to start Persona 3 collab with Makoto and Yukari. Also, if you start now, you'll also get a 5-star selector when you can grab past limited characters with another one promised for full anniversary. Incredible. Okay. Metaphor did, in fact, flop, which likely means high school games forever. Yeah. That is really tempting. That's a really tempting game. We'll see. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we cannot use the beam saber, so no funny interactions. Because we just can't reach, so... You've been watching Metaphor, and God, you love the music. I can't wait for it. It looks so good. It looks exactly what I want. Behold, the Apsaris is indestructible. It will guide Zeon to victory. Jinio, you're drunk on the power of your research. It's a pity. Do I look that crazy to you? Yes, very much so. I won't show any more leniency. Behold my dream! Belu, what is the funny interaction? Seeing as we won't get to see it. That was close though. I forgot about the anti-beam already. Also, as part of the P3 collab coming, we are getting Tartarus as a roguelike game mode coming where you can even use characters you don't own. Oh, that's fun. Yeah. That game mode was in DX2 also. There was this like you can go and you sort of like gotcha pull, or like you like roguelike style pull different monsters that you might not have, different demons, to then like join your team so you can sort of try them out. And then if you do win with them, you get some like bonus stuff for them when you get them later. Oh, it did. That sucks. I feel like the game is perfect because you can literally get all confidants and stats on your first run without a guide. That's nice. My dream is... Yeah, I don't want that, but I do think a lot of people do want that, which is surprising to hear that it did fail. It's why P5X may become your fave Persona game. You hate being rushed? Yeah. Stop this already. You don't have the skills to beat me. Even if I wanted to, I can't show any mercy. Do you understand? How dare you? I'll never forgive you. Oh, I guess because we did this, all of these people are active now. Maybe this was worse. And using a guide makes the game miserable 80% of the time. Yeah. Give me a break. Seriously, I can't afford to lose. It definitely makes it feel like more like a job. Okay, we're not gonna be able to do this. Okay, who's left? Oh yeah, I was not thinking very much. We should have just moved the battleship up a lot. We would have been fine with that. Basically, when some characters support each other or defeat certain units piloted by certain characters, they have small scenes, recreations of the anime. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you knew like specifically what that was going to look like, but if it's just like the scene from the anime, like that, I follow. Okay. Can this reach? Oh, this can reach. Okay. I'm here for this. Yeah, we should have moved the Argama up. I was not thinking. I'm so bad at doing this at the end with the transition to the final stage. Oh, also, because you brought it up, you don't hate P4G. You think it has the best cast pound for pound. But damn, is the main story really predictable? Sure, okay, I'm with you. Yeah. No, the story, it is a very you know what you're going to get kind of story. And if like that's not necessarily what you want, then it's definitely a rough sell. But yeah, no, it's very familiar. But I do think like part of the nature of the story is that it like cares about familiarity. As was that a miss? No, that was a miss. Okay. Like by the end of Metaphor, you had so much free time before the final boss because you genuinely maxed out all confidants. Wild. I also didn't realize how Persona-like it was. To me, to you, the last well-written main plot before P5R is P3 FES, then Persona 2. I've started watching Persona 2 a couple of times. Persona 2, I think is gonna be. I'm probably gonna really dig. But I also I'm a sicko that liked Persona 1, so. Like some people were like, here's a guide, you didn't do that, you went in blind. Yeah. No, they definitely are making, I do think they're making a lot of these things easier because people really like the idea of having all of the things. Anyway, most of them are compiled in the demos on the gallery, except for Camille impaling Shirako. For some reason, that's so strange. Oh yeah, okay. I get it. Yeah, so it's like the stage finishers in fighting games. I understand. And then finish the game within 2 weeks of getting it because usually Persona games take you forever to finish. I'm Cam, I'm definitely with you here. I don't like being rushed about them. I like taking them at this very like consistent pace, but a very slow pace, and you sort of just get to like indulge in it for a long time, like a slow drip feed of it a little bit at a time. You literally just re-download Metaphor. You stopped after getting Haze May. You want to say? You stopped this time or you stopped last time? What are you doing? All hands retreat. Okay, that'll save us a lot of trouble. To be fair, all Atlas games have a dedicated guide community that you can only respect them. Yeah. Y'all know my penchant for spreadsheets. I definitely made spreadsheets for I definitely made that kind of documentation for the first Megami Tensei games. For Megami Tensei 1 and 2. Or sorry, for Kyodaku Megami Tensei. Because I loved those games too. Those were so fun. I know I talk about them a lot. It was fun making documentation for that. Okay, so we have to change these back to back. That's fine. Persona 1 has interesting story ammo. Just first-person DRPG is not for everybody. You don't hate it. Just as like how a lot of systems interact, like getting new personas negotiating. They're all very weird. That's like the thing that is charming to me. I do understand it's not necessarily for everybody. I really like this. I really like the fact that there's like routes that are basically just two different. Like you're playing two different stories. Like Snow Queen is just like not really touching the main route at all. It's definitely a weird one, but I love first-person dungeon crawls so much. I love them so much. They do, which is handy for OCD ADD people like me. Otherwise, you'd be choice process forever. Yeah. Like Persona 5 took you 115 hours. You ended up resenting the game by the end because it feels like it doesn't know where it wants to end. And then seeing Royal add more content made you know about. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah, I do think I've described Persona 5 as having 3 endings. Because it does feel like it just sort of keeps going and doesn't know where to stop. Could you stop? Okay, we need to get like right up close to it. That's fine. Yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I have played Vanilla 3, 4, and 5. My partner and I started playing P5 Royal, but we stopped that to start doing Final Fantasy instead. Bless you, you long dropped it. Yeah. That only probably did P5R, yeah. With the video detailing how Vanilla P5 is way worse than you think. People forget how mid the game is because it was insane jump from P4 at the time. It definitely covers a lot of what it was doing. It definitely covers a lot of its shortcomings through it being very stylish. So yeah, I've not played Royal, so I'm curious to see. I would love to see what people thought were bad designs, because you know that I tend to be a little crusty little goblin about these things, and I love the crunchy awful design that people say are bad. Yeah, like Cam, do you know off the top of your head what the systems are that they were saying or that people have been saying were bad? Okay, what is left to do? Shiro still needs to go. That goof still needs to go. Everybody over here needs to. Those are all captured. This is going to look so much cleaner next turn when we get to capture everything. Okay, that's ready. That's ready. Just these two. Okay, so there's actually very little left of the map. That's good. I think we send these two. I think we're going to send the Master Gundam down. Persona 5 got 2 massive bumps. 1, it has the most stylish game, and 2, it was a lot of people's intro to JRPGs in general. That is true. Yeah, no, definitely. Because of how much publicity it got, for a lot of people who, like, did not touch JRPGs before, it was sort of this, like, well, I guess I'll try because people are talking about it sort of game. Only having 1 magazine per run with guns. Only having 1 magazine per run with guns. I don't know if I follow. I know that there are books in the game. Was there only one book? Was there only one book that involved guns? Is that? Oh, magazine of bullets. Oh, because yeah, no, sorry. Yeah. Yeah, no, I just like never shot anything. I disagree that that's an improvement. It's way too easy to just use your gun and just kill everything all the time. It's like way too easy to just gun things down in Royal. I don't know if that's an improvement. You remember people hating the hell out of the Madding difficulty balance, hence which changes V5R. Size dungeon puzzles were also much misaligned, even maligned. That's fair. I do get people didn't like those. I don't know if I would call that bad. I would that one to me feels more just like preferential. But Fidel's ending is also just worse. That is true. I will give it that. You said there were a lot of gameplay changes. I was trying to qualify the gameplay changes you said were there. You know. You thing you don't like about P5's universe until spins off way too many adults are utterly evil. Yeah, it's very like parents rule kids, or sorry, kids rule parents drool attitude, rather than like having some like nuance between, you know. Yeah, no, I would definitely give you that. You like the original ending, only for Satan with a gun. Yeah, Sataniel showing up with a revolver is real fun. That and all of Japan is hyping you up. Yeah. No, it's very like the promise of anime power of friendship kind of style. But I do think it's a very video game ending, where I do think the Royale ending, I never know which one to say. The Royale ending is definitely tries to say something more. Would you call her joining too late a gameplay flaw? Yeah, I do think so. I think that's fair. I'm not sure how they fixed that with the pacing of the game. Like, I guess they added more, but okay, hold on. Is that a flaw? I think a lot of people think it is. I don't hate the idea that there's characters that join you late. I don't know. I think I would need to dig into the game a lot more specifically. Maybe I will come back to that one if we do finish P5R. Because on one hand, I don't hate the idea of characters joining you late. I think that that's good. I think, like, we like that in these games, right? There are characters that show up at the end of the game in these games and we're still hyped for them. I do think in a game like Persona, the fact that you can't pick who shows up late, like if you really liked Haru at the end, you could play another playthrough and then start getting her early and then have someone else show up at the end. I think I would like better. That's kind of how P1 does it. It makes Haru feel really thin, and there's there's already much better options. Yeah. But regardless of when you get her relative to the story, the nature of how those games work, because of how confidants work, because of just like how things sort of build up, whoever you get last is always going to feel flat like that, I think. I think the way you'd solve that is if you were already building a confidant with that character before they joined your team, so that when they joined your team, they were already like at the point where everyone else was. I think that would solve that problem a lot. Poor pig-headed waifu, I say this affectionately. Oh, big, yeah. Yeah, no, I like Haru a lot. I think she's good. I like her, but yeah, she definitely does not have a lot she gets to do because the game does sort of just like. You know, if we like that, if the World Wars people hate late availability, really? Okay. You think gameplay and rating-wise, it puts you in bad positions? I don't think it puts you in bad positions rating-wise. Like, I don't know. I think it's probably good that, like, there's someone that we're introducing at, like, lots of points in the story that makes the world feel full, regardless of which game you're talking about. You're good. P3 doesn't suffer from the horror problem. That is, yeah, P3 definitely doesn't. I think that's part of the reason why I'm having a hawing on it, is I think there is just good for both versions of it. I think it is, like, probably just okay that there are some games that have these sort of, like, late joiners. maybe I'm too used to the Fire Emblem community, like being okay with characters showing up late, and that's just like sort of taken for granted, like that's how it works. Maybe I'm applying it here when that's not true. Persona 4 also handled it pretty well. Actually, Risei and Naoto are very well defined and handled. Yeah, they do definitely get a lot of. They definitely do get like to be a lot of a person. Yeah, I don't. I think Haru got handled poorly, but I don't necessarily think that's because of the length of the game. I think there are other things that could have taken place that would have solved that problem. Well, I guess we just have to do it like this. Far be it for me to complain to get to use the good one. You know what? Here, even better yet, let's just do it the way that we're supposed to. We don't need covering fire. Well, also remember, in FOW perspective, late availability means less time with your favorite and less time to interact with the characters you want to see to interact with. Yeah. We're like, I'm definitely thinking of it exclusively, like, I'm definitely thinking of it almost exclusively from a mechanical perspective. That yeah, if you are just here to see your favorite, then like you're just like getting to see them do the stuff less. But then it's also hype to see them when they do finally show up. I feel like I feel like building that tension for so long also like contributes to how exciting it is to get to see the character, no? Now I get to sass y'all for being Zubere. Isn't it better when you're like the characters you like take some time to get around so that you can be like, oh, finally they're here. You get like a higher quality drip of them, or theoretically you would hope so. You agree? You think that's why people are calling it the horror problem because it seems wholly unique to her? Yeah. No, I think that's fair. I think that's fair, right? That it's a problem of her, not a problem. Yeah. No, I think you are correct to say that. The Gundam hammer, I think, is just worse because of the accuracy. Yeah, let's try this. Not close. Or not enough. That's fine. And then... Do you have any energy? You have no energy left. Hold on. Is there no one close? Can we not make it? Okay, hold on. Form and turn. No, because you're a Sakura route Fate enjoyer. It like Fate Stay Night or Sakura from Fate or from. No, I don't think. Yeah, it's gotta be Fate Stay Night. And not like a Fire Emblem game because there's Sakura's in. 13. The is that called Fates? I'm like losing it. He's definitely getting to me too. No, Fire Emblem Fates. Yeah, no, never mind. Do you mean in Fire Emblem Fates like Sakura in Fates? I don't remember when she shows up. Oh, another thing you can play P5X on. You can glaze P5X on. Navigators actually do something in the gameplay. Futaba was the most broken one until Ange. I don't care if Futaba overtakes her. Yeah. Also, you play Star Ocean and Divine Force. They made this guy. You made the guy join extra late, and I was like, "Why are you here?" Extra and exclusive. Sakura's the last route, and wait for her. Okay, yeah. You can't get everyone in Star Ocean games. That's like, yeah, because they're still from the time where the formula was like, you bought one game a year, so like you're going to want to keep replaying it over the years. Like they want to give you a lot of reason to go back and replay it. Star Ocean definitely still suffers from a lot of that design decision. The sun is a deadly laser. I haven't watched that in so long. I should watch that again. I love those videos. Nebula Metal. Let's see I wonder what that does. Let's take a look at that, and then we will go on pause. Unit collection, right? No, War Room. Okay. Rin Enjoyer up massive. She is the prologue and best route Gage had. Um, where are these? I guess it's under research units, right? Or is it under? No, it's under organized groups. By we also probably could have done it in lists. We do have a lot of parts now that I just don't think about because they're not giving us what we have to find them. Nebula Medal. Earn triple the ace points when you defeat an enemy. Oh, that's so good. We maybe need to get these. Star Ocean is the newest one. He was mandatory. Oh, in the newest one too. Yeah, I know. But like, I think Star Ocean, a lot of its designs still work from the way they were originally made. Like, I know that's not like a design principle now, but I do think they still work the same way from like when Star Ocean 1 was before the PlayStation. Related, you are so cooked in Star Rail. New Blade is dropping. Then new Himiko is rumored. A long part of the Fate collab, Rin and Gilgamesh. Then another version of Adventure. I'm like, please stop. Yeah. That's so much. That's so much going on. Good luck. Okay. Let's just... There's too much to, I think, consider here while we're gone. So we'll just do that after we get back. But let's all take a nice break. Go get some water, go get some snacks, go stretch, bathroom, take your medicine, whatever you gotta do to take care of yourself right now. And I will see you back here in a couple of minutes. Goodbye for now. Well, howdy, everybody. I hope you're all doing well. Let's hop back into things. You will never escape the Honkai Star Rail curse. Yeah. That reminds you, Divine Force just ate people calling it a return to form. You were bored most of the game. Meanwhile, you were seeing the story of Last Hope had your full attention, and that was way more disliked. Yeah, I am not the only one on this channel that does not run current to the course of general preference. Joke idea: where do computer programs go for baked goods? Llama, tell me, where do computer programs go for baked goods? Hold on, I want to have a chocolate egg. Alright, we're back. Same, you thought you stopped, but Amphorus dragged you back in, yeah. The copy and pastry shop. That's definitely a bit of a stretch, but I hear it. I hear it. Do I have cream eggs? I have peanut butter eggs. It is in. I still got peanut butter chocolate eggs left over from Easter. We didn't have a Dom before? Wild. You do not trust the term return to form at all. Assassin's Creed see that the game was uber mid. Yeah. I mean, it had seed in the name. What were you expecting? Oh, it's making more premium. Okay. Okay, you can switch back to the orange or green balloons. Well, okay. I guess we need to develop. Nope, that's done. This is also done. I can never remember. Gundam LO boost. Oh, right. We are theoretically switching it to this at some point, at least level 4. Wasn't that with Mirage? Like the Warframe? I thought Shadows was good outside of the weird culture war it seemed embroiled in. Yeah. Assassin's Creed is very much beyond me. I never got into any of them. Okay, this switch. This is. Oh, it's all 3 of the Death Armies. That's fascinating. That's cool. I was Mirage. There was no seed, but you guessed my CD came out. I figured there wasn't, but it was really funny. It was really funny. I wanted to see where that was gonna go. You tried to watch someone force themselves through the Life is Strange game. You actually find that boring. Now I no longer can cringe watch. Yeah, I tried to watch it and I was just like, nah, I'm out on this, fam. Sorry, this ain't it. Yeah, you just have apathy left. You're not sure if that's a growth. Yeah, I feel it. Okay, so we're still waiting for this to get to level. We need this to have 1 more level. We need the LO to have 2 more levels. I think this is also done, right? Which of these is better? Oh, the G-Falcon is definitely better. The G-Falcon is the better one. Okay. Oh, right, we're not actually using that one. Got it. Is this Penelope? No, that's the, what is that character? I don't remember. That's fine. Right, this needs to get 1 more level. The Great Jiang is where it's supposed to be. We're already getting that through the Psycho Gundam. This is presumably it before it comes out of the shell. We aren't using the Fiver. I don't know if we're actually going to change the Forever out. We'll see what it turns into. We'll see. Are we using two? Hold on. No, we're using the Harute and the Curious. We're also using the Virtue. I think I might say let's switch out of the Curious and just put someone else. Put like give another unit a chance. Okay. Are we switching to the RF Dom? You forgot how much you dislike Chloe. It's really messed up. In one timeline, the game is like, she's in a wheelchair, yet you accept her request to kill her or not. Will you accept her request to kill her or not? I was like, why is the nicest version of her the one who has to kill you? That's why. Because it's definitely very, like, tugs on your heartstrings on purpose. It's a very specific audience in the first game tried to lean on a weird high school nostalgia that never really hit. Yeah. Pringle, are you still here? Did you leave? You said you were maybe going to be gone because of another stream or the other you're working somewhere else. But if you let me know if you want me to switch to the Dom or should I wait? We don't have enough room for more of the XLs though. Chloe is so unbearable. It speaks volume. People like the base version of her. Yeah, no, it really does. Also, the universe wants her dead. I say let the universe have her way with her. So harsh, but yeah. Some people would sacrifice a town for her. Yeah, it's true. Okay, so why do we have a second grade Geong? Okay. Oh, right. Were we going to take one of these through to get the Sasabe, I think. Also, they never explain the MC's power, like, what are we doing? I mean, okay, I think that one's fine. Do we need to have them all have explanations? Like, sometimes it's just, like, plot device. You wanted to like her, but now that you look at her older, she's just so unlikable. Yeah, I do think she hits a very particular moment that if you are not there, it's just not working. Yes, for the powers she has. Okay, fine. I do think, but I think I'm not sure this is a good like justification for it, but I do think a lot of people are okay not knowing. But especially because their world is one-to-one with ours. Yeah, it is. It definitely stands out. It for sure stands out in the face of like what the setting is supposed to be. I think we maybe switch the Curious over to the Unicorn. That's the Harute. Are we not using the Curious? Am I just wrong? There's the Harute. No, we've got Como and the Curious. Como, are you still here? Never mind, this just not looking at the Curious at all. In the third game, I didn't realize there was a third game. I thought there was only two. In the third game, with the empathy powers, for some reason, it lets you read minds when you're an empath. That feels kind of redundant. You would agree if the game wasn't trying to be realistic outside of that aspect, but yeah, it could be a you thing. Yeah. Hey, are you okay if I switch you into the Unicorn Gundam, or did you specifically actually? Yeah, what do you want? Just drinking boiled water. I hope your tea's tasty. Yeah, what? Did we ever pick a unit for you? Like, what unit do you want? We should also probably put these back in stock so it doesn't look like they're getting used. Yeah, okay. You don't think anything specific unit in mind? Okay, Unicorn's fine? Okay, great. I was gonna say, if you really wanted a double O, we could just switch this out for what Puru is, like, you could have the one Puru is using and have the cooler one. But yeah, this seems fine. Actually, Unicorn is the Gundam you're most familiar with. Okay, perfect, incredible. It's 5 games now plus the DLC. Wild. Okay. You would agree the game wasn't trying to be realistic outside of that aspect. Yeah. The whole gimmick is it's supposed to be you see the emotions as colors, and something gets affected when it's strong. Oh, okay. So it's synesthesia. Where did the mind reading come from? Yeah. Llama, what was your blah in there? Are you a Life is Strange fan? Landed here through a cringe rabbit hole after watching this YouTuber play Dustborn. If you want real memes, check out Dustborn. What is Dustborn? There's Life is Strange 1 prequel with Chloe as the MC, 2, then 3, then 4, where they run out of ideas, then bring back backs. Got it. You don't think? Oh, okay. We love Unicorn in this house. We do love Unicorn in this house. Just exhausted. Okay. Or just existing. Okay, gotcha. Unicorn is hated in very certain circles on Twitter. I don't know why. Yeah, no, we've talked about that before. Yeah, I don't. No, glad you were existing. You are welcome to just exist. That is no more than that necessary. The newest one brought back Chloe. I mean, I think that, I don't know if it's the worst thing in the world that we're like returning characters. That's a really bad typo, Kim. I did not read the past tense on that. That's wrong. Okay, I think we're just going to buy all of these. Then we need what? We need like 22 more. Great. Should do it. She was a way different VA. They couldn't get her back. Oh, interesting. Do we know why they couldn't get her back? Bring back the good ones. That didn't work, though, because apparently the core audience didn't like the new one. Did I witness a plan for murder? What are we murdering? What do you mean? Actually, let's go to characters. Who needs this stuff more? I don't even remember what we were trying to buy on any of these characters. I think we were waiting for Kendrick to get to level 10 first. The fact that there's just so many dud skills before then is so rough. Oh, okay, Melu is finally at 10. Oh, we did, but we bought aggressive already. Isn't aggressive from in here? No, aggressive is not from in here. What were we waiting for in here? I don't know what we're doing with any of these. No clue, and you're not about to do research in Life is Strange. No, I'm not gonna make you do anything. You have gotten blame somebody. I gotta blame somebody, otherwise it's all my fault. F that. You're all in my brain. Probably not the VA fault, but got that reading and that line. Yeah. No, I do know that line as you said it. He's indeed our boss. I don't know if I like this. I don't want this level of responsibility. You're all free thinkers. We're all free thinkers. We're all individuals. You're all individuals. I'm not. Okay, speaking of analysis paralysis with Persona, there's like way too many skills in here. You call us your archivist. I mean, it's true. I mean, we're all archivists, though. You think? What do you think, Yokomo? You don't like the term free thinkers post 2020. No, it does. It definitely smacks of like, I'm a free thinker. You all are not. I only know real facts. I'm a free thinker because I watch Fox News. No, that's fair. That's fair. I was trying to think of the Monty Python sketch, and I can't remember what the exact lines were. Okay, well, I guess we could... Hold on, I think we need to look at our characters better. Reality, who's also just not been here in a long while. And NR and Llama, and I guess we should see if Laura can get her skill now. Maybe she has already. All should have the leadership skills. She does have Laura roll. Okay. Maybe I think we just probably keep pumping this on her. I think that's fine. Uso also has a lot going on. Okay, we do have Brave Leader here. You do not think for yourself. Your idol decides everything for you. Oh, I see what you're saying when you said you think. Who's your idol? Yeah, who's your Oshi? Funnily enough, Final Fantasy Spirits Within gets referenced in the first game. It's apparently the MC's favorite movie. I haven't watched that movie in so long. I would not... Fascinating. I didn't realize they were allowed to do that. I guess it is a Square Enix property, but... Everything to hate Max, the list goes on. So crazy. That's a canon line. Do we not like Spirits Within? I've not watched that movie in so long. I was definitely too wee a bab to remember anything about it. I do have a copy of the DVD sitting on my shelf, though. Cheese on a Rolla Canon Studio Lab. That's very good. Yeah, I do. It's like hard. I do like writing Laura's pronouns like that. I don't know how to do that auditorially. It's a money laundering project, 1000%. Oh, really? Fascinating. Fujiwara no Boko your Kami Oshi. I guess it's literally in the name. I don't know what I was expecting. No, it's almost bankrupted Square. It's that bad. Oh, wild. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I know. I have seen her before. Is she going to show up? Is she going to show up in FMW? It's more so because Max is the ultimate snob hipster, so her reason for liking the movie is probably not that. Oh yeah, no. I for sure understand why it was included there. It is to be like, it is to do the frustrating, like, I like it because no one else does bit. Okay. We need a mechanic. I mean, I guess we may as well. This doesn't seem particularly good, but... We love our fire wielders. She seems cool. You tried to say something else, but it was just as embarrassing as the next answer. That's fair. It's okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you never need to feel embarrassed. Cringe is dead as soon as you want it dead, but if you also don't feel like you got to. Awakening increases by 10. If the pilot has 0 awakening, cannot be raised. That doesn't feel necessary. Pinpoint attack damage to ships. So many of these are just like so wildly specific. It just doesn't feel worth it buying so many of these early skills because they're so generic. Maybe the answer is, hold on, maybe I'm being silly. Maybe the answer is just everything that we know. Right? Just like boost the stuff that we already have. And then we can buy other skills later. This is an embarrassment for you, so no, it's true. There was a stream where we talked about Omegaverse, which was also one of the ones my mom watched. Brother, you're the guy who loves haughty villain ladies. You know the things Super War is full of. It's true, yeah. These skills are good for like hell difficulty and cross rays. I don't know about late game overworld. Yeah, these feel so minor. So I think the best answer is probably, especially for stream, is just like, you know what? We already have stuff that's working. Let's just keep doing it. I'm sure at some point we will probably have a better answer, and at that point we can figure that out. Just have some more damage, my guy. Great. Cool. Action Awakening. There we go. You like Sweetheart from Amori, for Christ's sake. I need to play Amori still. What is the game that's the spiritual successor to Amori? Or it's the spiritual predecessor to Amori? There's something that was like Omori inspired, right? Not surprising at all. I'm more surprised that you like Sakura. Are they very different people? More damage, more damage, more damage. Yeah. Yeah. At this point, just like why not? This is probably just the thing. Oh, you still have a lot left. Whoops, my bad. Oh no. Oh, the score's 130. Never mind. Great. Okay, we are gonna save theirs though. Oh, I guess we can also delete this. We're gonna save the ship captain one, the people in ships until we get to when they can get the new ones over here. I do wish also the like unique skill that each of the like pre-existing pilots got was like highlighted a little bit better. So like it's gonna be forever until we get prayer. Yeah, so I think we'll just keep putting stats here. I guess we can also put these points into like increasing these numbers too. When battling without support, that probably doesn't actually matter. We can just like keep doing this. Why not? She's very typical, must protect waifu besides the elephant in the room. Got it. Sakura just hits your brain funny. It's kind of hard to explain, but she had my full attention before you even knew her route was about, which is why it drove you crazy that you have to play them in order. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like sometimes the thing that is different just works. It is the exception that proves the rule, as they say. Right, we're still saving him. You can also learn the new operator skill. Great. I don't know how relevant that is, but it is in fact there. How about that? Great. Who else are we missing? I think that is everybody. I think it's everyone reading it this way. Okay, that seems better. Can't argue. Yeah, you're a Rin enjoyer. She's also 1000% the girl that rewinds your brain on Cinderace because you never like many of them. You like Enforced Order, but yeah, it sucks if you are exclusively for Sakura, especially with how little she is Unlimited Blade Works or in Fate Route. Yeah, like the premise is neat in like the premise is neat, but it is really just ineffectual if you like are here for exactly one person. That took 40 minutes. That was so long. These preps are wild. I wish I felt like I knew what I was doing better with them. I feel like there's something else. Oh, right. We never actually put the parts on. The whole point of that was to see which pilots needed those skills. Um, okay. So who can we just like have? Can we have some helpful executive decisions? Who do we put all of our? Who do we put all of our new parts on? I am pro putting it on our two masters. And then maybe all of the player characters that are leaders. Yeah. Especially because the norm for VNs, yeah, you do common routes, then select the girl route you want to shoot for. Yeah. This is why we're here, to see you bumbling around in menus, question mark. Yeah. Yeah, Master's definitely the priority. And then what are the other three? Also, caster route, please. She gets disrespected so much in every route. You forget that you have played Hollow Atraxia. If not, you must. Yeah, no, I know that I also keep being like, Fate's really interesting. And I do have a Fates game sitting on my computer. I do think I'm like kind of waiting to switch over still, and I can download it. I'm gonna go nuts downloading stuff as soon as my new computer's all rocking and rolling. Actually, hold on, right? This is specifically the only person that was not going to get it. Yes, and yes. Okay, I think that's probably good. We are saving, and let's try to start another map. Great spotlight on the old cast with some amazing new characters. I know you've spoken really highly about it before. The Day of Dakar. Great. I assume you're aware of the version that removes all the 18+ scenes. Yes, I am aware of those. Like that is not the reason that's stopping me from playing it. Like I don't mind that. I know going into it that's what's going to be. Like the Fates games started as Arrow games. Like I recognize that. Okay, we're just gonna get through the story quickly because this is gonna be just a light retelling of this. I definitely think this is the weakest part of these games, is just how much it's like, just like beat for beat the lines that are like kind of getting us to the same plot without any like feeling about it. You bought it and you have a fan translation on your computer somewhere. Nice. Okay, cool. Camille, you're fighting. Yeah, I feel better on the move. Amar, get Captain Quattro into the assembly. Roger. Fate and Tsukihime share that origin. Yes, yeah. Yeah, no, like the beginning of all of this project are like that. You would say Tsukihime is more horny. That is what I remember. That's what I remember being the case. For Ataraxia. Yeah. I figured that. I think that's what you're talking about. Ataraxia is perfect. Atraxia, if you want more writer or caster. It's so okay. So every time you say that name, I think of Atraxa from Magic the Gathering. I need you to know, it's so hard for me not to think of the Magic the Gathering card. Do we have two? Yeah, we do have two maps. Okay, Jared's here. Oh, Jared is not here. Got it. Okay, just generics. So, if I remember, right, the sexual scenes are more tacked on than the original. Yeah. It's hornier, but it's like more forced hornier. And Sakura in Ataraxia is what sold you on it because you have a bias against her going in. Mm-hmm. Which is to say that they do it really well because you didn't like her and now you're voting, you're vouching for it. Amuro gets the target in 6 turns. Amuro gets the target in 5 turns. What is the target? What sort of nonsense? Amuro gets to the target in 5 turns. Okay. There's so many plot important, same role as Fates for the mana transfer concept. One is a wet dream with a succubus that was a prank played on you. Okay. We could say her name, but that's spoiling, and half the fun of Fate is figuring out the servant's boss. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Then other ones include one of the characters, Mystic Eyes, have the ability to seduce anyone. They do really like that. Yeah, no, you don't have to say anything else. I just figured you'd want to know where my head was at. Okay, we will wait for that for a second. How healthy are these? Oh, they're rather healthy lads. Okay. Nope. Stop. Store T. Let's launch. Okay, let's use the Phoenix because Lala is the most trained out of everybody here, so she doesn't need that help as much. Yeah, that'll work. Then other ones include. Oh no, we did that already. It's funny how important names are in Fate than FGO. Hopefully, spoilers all the important ones from the jump. Yeah, yeah, like because the nature of the contest does make the names really, really important. Like that is like such a huge deal. Tsukihime has fun eye magic everywhere. Why does Japan like eye magic so much? Because like, is that not also? Are we not also just like describing Naruto? Sandland. I don't know how you want me to pronounce that, but that's what you're getting. Covering fire, yes. But it hit some of their own. Very cheeky. They fully expect you to be caught up with all things. Yeah. Well, I guess we do. Oh. Well, that's my bad. Chalk it up to the heat, I guess. That's okay. We can give this to the unicorn that started training. Like, you love the teacher they added in the remake version. Nasuverse in general, Mystic Eyes are so important, but they make such few appearances in Fate outside of one servant. I don't remember which servant has that. It's been a while since I've watched any of the Fates. Anime eyes are drawn to be very pretty, I suppose. Yeah, no, it's fair. Like, maybe it is, maybe, I don't think it's just that, though. I feel like it can't just be that. Not Mystic Eyes, log the hell out of Dojutsu. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying they're exactly the same thing. I'm just saying that, like, I wonder how much of a precedent. I wonder how much of a precedent there is. Like, as a bit of cultural concept. In the same way that a lot of JRPGs have this, like, if you disrespect nature, if you, like, take out a tree somehow, then, or, like, a large tree is unhealthy, the rest of the people who are around it are going to suffer greatly because of it. Because that's just, like, already in the cultural context of, like, Japanese ideology because of the spiritualism of Shintoism. So, like, is there a same thing in there, too? Why does the ASMR look like a pumpkin with a gun? Because it's ready for Halloween. But it looks, what's that fruit? A persimmon? Is it a persimmon? Yeah. I think this is the most apt comparison. Tell me it's not a persimmon. Ryder has Mystic Eyes of petrification because you know Medusa. Got it. I forgot that even Medusa was Ryder. There's a character in Tsukihime that literally can cut people down to the soul and time because funny eyes see weird lines. Yeah, right. Like that's also not the only what's Dengeki Bunko Chainsaw Edge, whatever. There's someone that has a chainsaw that can cut through people's souls because they can like see the lines in their souls with their eyes, right? Like that's definitely a thing. Anime does love eye magic. I always think of Blood Blockade Battlefront. Yes, yeah. I love Blood Blockade Battlefront. Like I sense that is so good. Or like Oshinoko also has like the magic star eyes that are supposed to say something, right? Death perception is so insane. Is this a joke on depth perception? Does that joke still work in Japanese? Or you never have to fight a user? Yeah, yeah. I think at this point it does enough damage. I think it needs more energy. It's so wild. That'll work. Mystic Eyes of Death Perception have to be a play on the words. Yeah, they've got to be, right? They've got to be. Or if not, that is Japan doing what it does best, which is to say not understanding how puns work, and then making good ones anyway. Here, that'll work. Like the way the main character says in text, he literally kills Locks because he slashed the lion is such a fun detail. Yeah. As far as you know, that's because that's been the translation since like Garden of Sinners. How old is Garden of Sinners? You say that like I know what that is. Doesn't the Amatsu have... Oh, right, the Amatsu has a weird map attack that I've never used yet. This is the cheapest. Great. Japanese naming always sounds best when you stop thinking. yeah, when you do apply a lot of logic to it, it does sort of like fall apart a little bit. I think that's also symptomatic of the fact that it's not like in its original language when that's happening, so... Okay, yeah, that's what we want. We want to go here. Actually, how much movement does this have? Can we make it back to the battleship then? We have 7 movement. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. EU and EU and EU. That'll work. Like when he slashes a fence, he killed the fence, or he slashes the line in the wall, he has killed the wall. Yeah. That's like how Yu-Gi-Oh talks about some of its card effects. That like you have destroyed this thing simply because it has been put to the graveyard. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's very funny, I think. You and one more. Easy. Garden of Sinners, Kara no Kyokai is one of Nasu's first works, and the films are like 07. Okay. The super, yeah. I didn't realize it had a movie. It's so ridiculous, but it's kind of cool when he does it. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, like it's very over the top, but like that is also sort of like in my head that's sort of what I expect out of the Fate series. Like a lot of these things are like really over the top. That'll work. It's so ridiculous, but it's kind of cool. Oh yeah, we did that already. The downside of Death Perception is it's driving you crazy because you see the line of existence for everything and where they end. Yeah. It's definitely that like cursed with too much knowledge kind of deal. Are any of these? No, okay. We will save the Amatsu then until we see what this side is doing. I do think we're also just going to force this forward just to like get ourselves actually to the back of it. Sure, that's fine. Anime Yu-Gi-Oh was always about imagination too. Some cards never had hard effects and everyone destroyed the moon because I think Kazuki Takahashi wanted to write an RPG more than he wanted to write anything else. And this was just the easiest way to express it, because absolutely. Kara no Kyokai has like 8 movies. Oh, wild. And they're told out of order? Wait, what do you mean they're told out of order? Did they like publish them out of order? That's so silly. Why would they do that? That's so silly. Because features a fan favorite. Shiki, no, not that Shiki. Okay, thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that. That Shiki is from the Tsukihime, silly. Yeah. Wait, is the Shiki that I am thinking about, is that from Tsukihime? Cool. It's the way that it's described that makes it fun. Like the way Nasu writes is very fun. It's what makes him enjoy his writing. Yeah. There's like 5 different people named Shiki. Oh, incredible. Enjoy your dinner, Llama. We'll see you soon. It's very, very funny. Yeah. Target here. I'm definitely super bad about wasting my extra targets. I'm trying to be better about that this time. That it's the same energy cost of regardless of how many targets we have that I need to be targeting as many people all the time. Here and support. Yes, that'll work. Piggy for Melty Blood is Tsukihime Shiki. Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 5? You only knew 3. Funny fact, Melty Blood is just scrap. Yes, no, I did know that. I do know that Melty Blood is just Tsukihime, like, minus, I guess. When you said Shiki, I was thinking... I was thinking this Shiki. Like, are you telling me that this series is connected to these? Because when you said Shiki, no, not that one, this is the one that I was thinking. Or is Shiki the name of the blonde-haired girl that looks like she is Saber but isn't? That'll work. No, not that? Okay. That is what I assumed. When at first it was Shiki, no, not that Shiki, and then when you said, no, that Shiki is this one. Yeah, okay. Shiki is a black-haired girl? Okay, hold on. Shiki. Okay. Wait, no, not Tsukihime. Oh, yes, okay, yeah. No, I know. Yeah. This woman. Because you thought you would assume it would be the Shiki from Melty Blood, since I know you dabbled in fighting game stuff. Yeah. No, thank you. I appreciate it. There's Shiki is like way too normal of a Japanese word and thing. It's really getting us here. Yeah, dabbled's definitely the word. Thank you for just like knowing all of the Austin lore at all times. It's really wild how much y'all remember. Looks like both llamas are having dinner right now. She's chowing down on some pumpkins here. Do you ever plan to see Garden of Sinners? If not, you have spoilers related to her, which is wild. If I do, it will be so far into the future that I think it's probably just fine to send him now because it's so relevant now. I'm not going to be upset. I know that I'm like grouchy about spoilers on the stream, but only because we're actively playing it. Like, please, you have my blessing. As least we could do somehow manage and remember all of our individual. It's fair. I do try really hard to remember what all of your schedules are. It's definitely a give and take, right? Like the more y'all do it, the more I'm like, wow, they pay so much attention. Like it's really important to me that I remember like what they're doing. I say that, but I did forget that NR was going on vacation, which I suppose is evidence to the fact of your point that I'm like, ah, man, one got away. I missed one. I don't know if I could manage if all 93 people were actively talking all the time, though. We're definitely hitting the upper limit of like what my brain can like keep organized, but we'll keep trying. Like that's probably not worth it. Let's save this for here. Support here. Yeah, that'll work. Shiki is crazy for many reasons. Shiki is initially presented as two people. Oh, sick. A soft feminine, a nice Shiki, then male aggressive version called Shiki. Just shouting in all caps. It's very fun. I like that. Meanwhile, seeing Fate in Ace Combat would make my day because, man, it would be funny. Okay, but Gundam, explain to me how in the world that would actually happen, though. Like that's just because it would be, like, fun for your interest, right? Like, is there any world where the Ace Combat team would make sense for that to be the case? I'm forgetting about the Gundam in the air. I am not forgetting about the Gundam in the air. I just was going to deal with that afterwards. I just figured we were doing this next turn. The real twist is that there's a third personality, that they created another two personalities as cover. Oh, so like from Air Gear. There's a funny moment in Fate's show where a berserker possesses a plane. Oh, yes. Yeah. No, I do know that. I do know that. Yeah, we can just like pop up next turn and deal with them. Though I guess the Haro could do that right now if we wanted to. Sure, there we go. Yeah, no, I do remember that. I kind of have forgotten how much Fate stuff I have seen. People say Shiki in all caps because it helps differentiate them, and obviously she uses masculine pronouns and words like ore. Yeah, like as a thing that also like only. Oh, I think we found the point. Okay, but as a thing that also like kind of only really works in Japanese because of how how pronouns work differently. I think we're just gonna do this actually, and just see if we can bring everybody down to us. Yeah, like that'll save us a lot of trouble. Then we can just start doing it next turn. We've got so many turns. We've got so many turns to deal with them. This is still the first turn. Okay, we'll just have Haro finish this. Fine, we're just gonna punch it. It's fine. We have energy to spare. You know what? We'll take the support just for the XP. Like, is that a thing also? Because I've definitely read some manga that had this like actually three personalities inside one body deal going on. Is there like already part of a mythology set or something? So to recap, we have Shiki Ryugi, the MC from Kado no Kyoki. Shiki, the male killer version, and Shiki Tono from Tsukihime. Okay, sure. That all makes sense to me. Any more Shikis are spoilers, so there's more Shiki. Okay. But that's spoiling the movies. The fact that Shiki, the male version, also very much loves the MC, which you find really nice. That is nice. That's fine. Here for these two. The Berserker class early on barely speaks and just yells. Most in FGO are fully coherent. And yell. Most in FGO are fully coherent, but are just crazy for their obsession. Yeah. I remember the Berserker. Isn't it? I guess, should I not say the name? The one that has the little child that like he like throws on his shoulder and runs around. Isn't that the one that possesses the airplane? For my brief stint with the phone game, that was the like opening character that I got. I remember. Then the Haru can finish off the last one. I guess let's keep it closer. Let's figure out how far away we need to be to draw punch him. Bam, bam, bam. Hi-yada-da-ya. And who else hasn't gone yet? Oh, right, okay. Just the Mina? Sure. You know what? I think this is a good time. Nah, we'll pull back. That's fine. Okay. Let's see. Hold on. That works too. I'm assuming everyone's going to descend. Yeah. Support attack. Sure. Multiple personalities aren't an explicit thing in universe, but does come up with certain characters. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, like, that doesn't have to be like a common trait. I'm just thinking, like, is there like a famous Japanese god or like an Orochimaru kind of figure that actually is like 2 or 3 different people that he's like running around the countryside solving the problems that he is causing in like old school like Japanese like belief set that influences the fact that I feel like the time period of when Fates is coming out the most is I guess it's still from the 90s though still, but there's I can think of a lot of manga, nothing that I could name immediately off the top of my head though. I'm seeing the characters in my head that have multiple personalities. Most notoriously, obviously Sakura, Shiki, and Aoko. Yeah. Look at Minamoto no Raiko, where I didn't even know she had other versions. You open Discord to a message from a friend saying, God, I have a video to show later tonight, full of fear. I am worried for you. What could it be? Okay, so you just need to move forward. We want to save one of these ASMRs for next turn, so we can step off of it. It's fine. Yeah, this will be okay. As long as we can get one of these down. If we can get both of them down and we can like convince them to move more left or right, that would work out fine by me. I hope this doesn't. I don't think this will kill. Well, it's certainly not going to kill like that. The Psycho Gundam is so close to leveling up. If at all possible, I would like to try and give these to the Psycho. Oh, actually, hold on. We can maybe make you rise. Yeah, perfect. Okay, then you are going back to this form, right? No, we are not going back to this form. Okay, that's fine. Then you can rise. Oh, I guess actually, I was gonna start moving everyone up, but like we also don't need to move everyone up. That's a little silly. Just assume she is a hot Tommy with pig milkers and do no more Google her research. Sure, I got you. You will say because you subject to normies playing Persona. Because you subject normies to playing Persona, you want to be based in college, so you don't have to deal with friends complaining about dating kids or the hating the teachers' romances. Yeah. That's 100%. That's 100% my motivation too. This just like it's like we're pushing more towards like adult relationships already. Just like let that be a thing and just like let everyone be consenting adults. You ruined your day in Samurai Remnant. You thought they were Shingen Takada. Yeah. Yeah, I think Samurai Remnants, the Dynasty Warriors one, right? Which makes you doubly as angry because their same mofos will like the Thai romance. No way they get to morale fog on be dating Futaba and Kawakami. Yeah, no, the Thai romance is the same thing. I figured that was being included there. Fascinating. This is why I just like never bother with any of like dating sim elements to these games. Oh, I guess this is also level 5 now, so we don't need to do this. Never mind. Never mind. We just got there. I wasn't. Well, okay, no, this was good. This gave Lacus another level. Okay, so then this should attack the next one, and then we can have the unicorn finish it. You mean if you have that principle, you can't really date anyone? Yes, I mean correct. That is why I never date anyone in. That's why I never date anyone in dating sims. It's just, it feels so weird to me. They always all feel they feel so. It feels like trying to talk to a Sears mannequin. That's why you appreciate me. I'm consistent. Oh yeah. No, I will like at my great inconvenience adhere to the like belief sets that I have. Yeah, like we might not agree on everything, but I for sure will live by the thing that I say I live by. There's never doubts there. I appreciate that you appreciate that, because I feel like a lot of people do not. Your level standard is what your words are care. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I am a man of my word. Whether my word is, I believe you described it before as zealotous or austere. At least it is still mine. They rarely touch the Goku era. They only touch it when it relates to Nobunaga. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because like every piece of media is obsessed with Nobunaga being a demon. No, we want energy on this now. Great. Okay. Fine, I guess. We can give it to the Zako. Right? No, we cannot give it to the Zako. Never mind. Sure, we can give the battleship some XP every once in a while. Okay. Okay, good. Okay, there we're good. Now that's set up for Amuro. I think that's it. No, I guess we can jump up against something still. Like, how hurt are you? Not very. I guess we probably send people back to the ship. Okay. We rise. Are the consumables once per map or once ever? Whoa! You called AI bros zealots. I think you're very well spoken and very well thoughtful. Personally, oh, I definitely thought you called me a zealot. I thought you called me a zealot before for disliking AI the way that I did. I mean, like, I'm fine with that. Thank you for thinking that I'm well spoken, though. I feel like a bumbling idiot compared to if I could just like give my full attention to these conversations when I'm like not playing a game. But that's like definitely like being a teacher wanting to like still be teacherly talking, you know. Even though you let a lot of things just happen until it's something like Made in Abyss, you won't be a busybody about it, but it makes me raise my eyebrows. Made in Abyss is definitely a very interesting place. But yeah, no, I'm with you. Again, just remembering you're poisoned from Twitter, Tumblr, commies, so my assumptions are based on that, not your fault. You seem to be functioning human brain with principles. Yeah. No, I know. I'm never disgruntled by it. That's why I tried to say it in that tone, but I was trying to like be teasing about it. Once ever you believe, yeah. You'll say as a black person, you cringe so hard typing well spoken. That's almost always a side thing. Yeah. No, it's I get that. Yeah, like in particular, the way in which like white coded language or school has designed like school has designed like language learning to be so racist is so frustrating. I have a story about that I need you guys to help me get bandwidth about. You can't judge Made in Abyss. Your friends super prime you against it. So here, I think Made in Abyss is not as bad as people say it is. I think a lot of people misunderstand Made in Abyss in a way that makes it to be sexy, and it is not supposed to be. Well spoken, or you talk so well. Damn, I don't know how people can't hear that. Yeah. Okay, so I need you all to know. So I've said many times, I used to be a teacher, and I was looking at an IEP for one of my students, an individualized education program, if you were unfamiliar. They are the sorts of things that you give students that have like ADHD or OCD, that sort of thing. They're specifically given through the school. Not a 504 plan. A 504 plan is the one that comes from outside a school. So this was an IEP. This was issued from a school. I had to sign off that I thought a student, the text of the form used the R slur to describe them because they simply did not speak white enough. And that was their IEP program. They needed to have extra English, like they had to have like English re-education. They had to go to like special ed English classes because they weren't speaking English white enough because they were the R slur, simply because they were speaking like someone who lived in the city. I was so furious. That's like one of the things that made me stop teaching. Bro, your own family down south always says you talk smart, and I'm like, I just talk normal. Yeah, the disparity of language is such a fascinating study. They probably mean well, but she's, yeah. Right, Cam? Isn't that like just utterly deranged? Isn't that bonkers? Like that was like an official, that was the school looked at that and said, we're putting our stamp of approval on that. Using the R word is also wild to me. It's ingrained in your DNA, but having people or teachers say that would be wild. Right? Yeah. Like we definitely grew up at a time where that was just like part of the language, but to like hear an official position, one that was probably written by a teacher that if they heard a student say that, they would be like utterly furious and probably like try and take them, like probably like try to like get them written up for saying it. Like wrote that on like paperwork that they expected everybody to sign. I was so bad. Even teachers you talk to in your special ed never even used that word when they were at their angriest. Yeah. After being spit and scratched or spat on. Yeah, like I'm glad it sounds like your teachers were actually there because they like wanted to care. Like, yeah, sometimes it does get hard. Like sometimes it is like frustrating. But like it's never like those are the words of the people who want to hate anyone who needs help. Like that is not the language of someone who actually is like there to care or there to drive. Makes me so frustrated. So the down south family in Alabama do what you will with that information. Yeah, no, I knew exactly who you were talking. I knew exactly the kind of demographic you were talking about, Gundam. Yeah, there's a surprising amount of disparity about how we like see community or how we see like local language. There was a really big study that was happening in Alaska also, that everyone in the like small village of Alaska was speaking with a dialect that was derived from the indigenous peoples groups like local language. And they were all expected to be like, none of us are ever going to speak this way, but I am required to teach you how to speak like quote unquote proper English, like textbook English. And everyone was just there like, why are any of us doing this? And everyone's like, why are we doing this? It's like so, it's like, it's very surreal. I don't, it's very bad. We've got enough time left if we open up questions. I feel like given who's here, we're not gonna open up any questions though. Everyone's gonna be like, yeah, no, we know. But gosh golly, if you've not thought about the fact that we are still like a very segregated country, or like that we're still a very racist country, please just like go do some digging about this kind of stuff. Like, go read your state standards and you'll see. It's yikes. You feel bad for a lot of stuff in your special ed. A lot of them were like young women, like mid-20s, early 30s, and we had like exactly 2 dudes, one being PE, one being teaching assistant. Yeah. I don't know what the demographics look like for England, but or I guess the UK in general, because I feel like this is probably going to depend on like Ireland too. It's going to be different in Ireland. But the amount of the way demographics get pushed in teaching is like also really a very big concern over how a lot of hiring practices work right now. I will qualify that statement in a minute, but I want to catch up with Chad first. Obviously, the boys preferred them and were nicer to them. On the other hand, butted heads with them the most. Yeah, you butted heads with them the most. You mean Americans' electoral maps should be proof enough how segregated America seemingly still is? Yeah, I mean, you would think that would be enough. You would think that would be enough. But even like that's like still like larger scale. That's like larger scale even than just like one of the schools I was teaching at around during COVID, I was going to a couple different schools, and there was a like new iPad situation that they had developed. They were like really proud of, that would show any hall passes on this iPad so that you could see people walking around. Welcome back, Llama. You could see people, like you could see who should be walking around in the halls, but it just had their names on it. So it encouraged people to try to, like, it encouraged teachers to harass students who did not have conventionally white presenting names if they saw them, right? It was like, oh, we don't have a like black coded name. If there is a black student that's walking around, I better ask them if they have a pass or not, where you were just supposed to not ask people if you're like, well, I'm pretty sure it's this person. They don't have a pass, let's not ask, right? Like, that's wild. You feel your female to male teacher ratio was 70 to 30 for your life, like all of them but your English teachers. Yeah. Same damn old woman for 3 years, yeah. You had like doomer moment after reform swept a lot of local elections, but you have no one to complain to because so few people around care about stuff like that. It's so distressing also how much people have like willfully given up their like the thing that is like letting their society function. Oh boy, the electoral desk. You're welcome back, Llama. You came back to some stuff. So you know, in 2 years we'll see how you are. Yeah. Yeah, you returned to peak modern politics talk. Yeah, we totally did. Yeah, so one of the reasons why teaching is so saturated with like female presenting teachers or resumes is because a lot of hiring practices rely on bots to scrape resumes as they are like being submitted, and they are scanning for like gendered coded language that like if you list skills on your resume that make you sound more feminine, you will be rejected from conventionally masculine jobs and vice versa. Where because the nature of teaching is that it expects people to want to care so much such that they don't have to be paid, right? Like a lot of teaching is dependent on you like wanting to be there. A lot of those values that like relate to those are coded in a lot of those resume scrapers as being femme. So it's like very easy to see how we ended up in this position where like a lot of people that are working in certain places are done so through like sexism divides, and that we're just going to keep producing that because we expect teaching to be a field where you do it because you love it and you care more than because you're like being supported by a job. And we're already being told all the time that like that is a like woman's thing to do in the job space. So like of course it's going to like maintain that, you know. You were just reading books, yet the damn woman moved multiple times when the other classmates were the jokey, annoying types. Isn't that always the way that it feels like you're the one that gets picked on, even though you're just like trying to do, you're doing the thing that theoretically everyone would want you to do. It's just like not the actual assigned book. Yeah. I tried so hard. I don't remember if I ever said I was primarily an English teacher. Sure, I must have. But I did try so hard to like get everyone to acknowledge that, like, you know, people reading their like friends' posts, like people following up on the like constant stories of social media is still that like same want for literature and drama that that like a lot of what like early theater was made out of. We just like don't acknowledge that at all. So like, why does it matter if you're reading the like right or wrong book? Like, you're still reading something, you're still being engaged with something. Like, nigh on everything counts as something worth reading. I will die on my high horse that Lord of the Flies doesn't count, because I specifically hate the teacher when all of my students are too stupid. I need to write something that they will never mess up. That's just me being or if in 2 years we elect our worst Trump, I don't know, if we live past 2028. I feel like we're probably not going to anyway. Brexit, what's that? We don't learn lessons here. Don't you see how much things cost? Yeah. Also, if your president could stop nuking the world economy, that would be great. But if I had any control over that, I would have flipped that switch years ago. Oh boy, it's looking real rough. I was gonna say, I appreciate the optimism that you think this channel is gonna be going for 2 more years, and then I was gonna be like, I appreciate that you think that the world's gonna be going for 2 more years. Like, things ain't looking hot. It's real dismal, and all we can do is laugh about it. Teachers were on the whole very strict, not surprising for a Catholic private school. With the dress code, yikes. But like, some of those people had the patience of a Wolverine. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you have to. Like, sometimes you just have to. But yeah, no, like, heavily Catholic. You said you were it's pretty southern, or it's pretty central southern, right? I am not surprised to hear that things are a bit rough. We had mandatory prayers before dinner and during assemblies. Did you also go to a Catholic school? I did not realize this, Cam. I did not realize that there was a religious bent to your education. I have never gone to a space that was like aggressively that religious. I moved around schools a lot early on. When I was in first grade, I was at a Christian school, but I don't remember there being anything specifically like aggressive, like prayer time. You still have that and you're 21. It's true, you're right. I'm so sorry. Okay, so I know we do this a lot because it's like way more apparent, like different like cultures. But it's also just so wild to me the like vast age range we have going on here too. Like I forget that you were 10 years younger than me sometimes. I think Melu, every time Melu's here, I keep forgetting to ask him about roughly what his age is for Discord reasons. Because I think he is like a teenager still, right? Yeah, it is just like, it's so wild what like internet pseudo anonymity, or just like we have reduced a lot of the parts of us that are just like not necessary to actually like doing the stuff that we care about. So like it's way easier for us to like get along with each other or like find community when it's like, you know what, like what does it matter that we're different ages? What does it matter that we're from different countries? Like we can all still be friendly with each other, right? Just because they're very common there. I do think I do know that to be true. Yikes. I do know that to be true about the UK. Only your second and sixth form didn't have it. Oh wow, okay. Also, I understand how the system works, but especially in the context of playing these games, only your second and sixth forms. You have so many transformations, Cam. I bet you're a great unit to deploy. That your time was way more casual. I'm happy for you. I'm real glad. In the tippy top north of the country. Oh, they just have BS like this everywhere to some extent. Okay. I thought you said you were central before. My mistake. Yup, and if you weren't respectful during prayers, you would get in trouble unless you had a cool atheist TA or teacher who would be like, hey, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, the like, uh, you will respect me because I say so. Or what's there's a really good like Twitterism about the way the word respect gets used. And it's just like so depressing how much it like annihilates kids and like their brains for the future. You thought Mello was something like 18, 17? Yeah, no, I thought he was like 16 or 17. Uh, which is like a pretty hunk and wild range. Like we have people who are double his age in the Discord. West Virginia, baby. Now, if you sing the song, you will get annoyed with you. Country Roads. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. I, in fact, do not like that song. So you're safe there. Also, you swear to God, if someone calls me a hillbilly that wants to be, a hillbilly that wants to do incest, is that a common refrain you get? Is that a common West Virginia-ism? Gundam, please. I've been like very aggressive about like trying to go on the offense on Llama's behalf. Gundam, I will also go on the I will do that about any of you. Like I'm a Mother Grizzly for all of y'all. If someone gives you a hard time about being West Virginian in that way, please point them to me and I will sort them out for you. That's insane. Dumb American stereotypes. Like, oh man. People just want every excuse to like be upset with and about people. It's so distressing. You think you'd smack dab in the middle of our age ranges? Yeah. How do I know that and you don't? I mean, like I know that there's a want for like hillbillyism to be like to be presented as like haha incest, but I didn't like know specifically about like West Virginia. Right? No other states. That's Gundam. That is definitely not true. The reason why I'm questioning that is because my state for sure does that. Like, near where my parents live, I believe that there are I believe that there are more instances of people assuming families are like that than are not. That's why I was questioning it. Like, I get so you know, we have it everywhere in England. We have people we call sheepshangers. Yeah. People will sing the song a little when brought up, but that song drives you nuts. Yeah, no, totally. People, so many of my friends would just sing it constantly when it first became popular again. And I was just like, I just can't handle it. I'm not here for it. Every country in their cities have fun stereotypes of other city people. That's fair. Yeah. Yeah, no, I like watching a lot of British comedy. I have heard, it does feel like every other like town or city does have a thing to say about the one that is next door, about like why you never want to go there and like why they're doing something that's awful. The normalized way we view American anthem is a really big symptom of how the U.S. is so deeply systematized. I do think I do think there's a really interesting like sociological paper that is about the American anthem and like the way we treat it. I effectively got fired from a school because of the American anthem. One of the classes that I was teaching had a number of international students in it. People who were not American. They were just over here for like a couple of weeks for an international program. And I did not require them to stand up and say the American anthem. And I got in trouble for that. I got brought into and had multiple vice principals talk to me. Oh, fascinating. Okay, well, they didn't list that. I got in so much trouble because I didn't do that. That's so wild. All you have for claim to fame is people online telling me, you sound white or you sound poor. What does sounding poor mean? What does sounding poor mean? Discord randoms are fun, yeah. Okay, that was, we're gonna save. This probably works out fine. We'll maybe end up we'll end a little sooner. I do want to save and then go back into that mission and see what the objective said, because I don't think it said we had to do that before the map was cleared. But I guess this game, I guess I'm like used to Super Robot Wars allowing you to have an empty map, where this game just will not. Like as soon as every enemy is off the map, then no matter what, the mission's over. It only annoys you when you go home from a baseball game. It gets played. Oh yeah. When you leave a social function to play is when you leave a dance, it will play. Yeah, no, that's I understand. I do see how you got there. That's really frustrating. Leaving the anthem before every big wrestling event in WWE. It's so funny because in England we don't. Yeah, no. We like America is obsessed with its anthem. Also, sorry, I keep saying anthem. In my head, they were adjacent. It was not the anthem. It was the Pledge of Allegiance. It was the Pledge of Allegiance. But yeah, a fun thing with you assume people are white until they say something because you're used to being one of the few black people in the room. It's fair. I do think our country tries to teach you to assume that people are white, which is a real shame. You have to assume sounding poor is a dog whistle for sounding black. Oh yeah, no, I for sure think so. I mean, like that is, yeah, like there is always some way to code saying that you don't like how someone sounds, and it's actually about race and not actually about the topic that you were talking about. Yeah, the girl was like Australian. You come from an internet before 2016. You're made of tough things. Yeah. For example, for your school, we only had 11 black kids, including you, so that's why you're like this. I mean, it's fair. Yeah, I do think of West Virginia as being like predominantly white. Gundam, you swear for the longest time we both just. Yeah, I think a lot of people. I mean, we started here being very loudly about being from different countries. Oh, Cam, I think it was very apparent. We like the third time I was streaming, we were talking about black superheroes. And I think that's when I knew that you weren't white. But I do think like the internet has taught us all to sort of just assume that. Though in our friends, we never, yeah. I can't remember. I guess here's also worth saying, like you don't have to be specific if you don't want to, but like how big were your schools? Because the high school that I went to was a high school of 3,000 kids. And that was about like roughly the average size. There was one that was 6K, and there were a couple that were 1K. So like 11 black students in that would have been wild, but I suspect you're probably talking about smaller size schools. You had one black girl in your class, and she was ongoing arguments with multiple people in one semester's art class. Got butthurt over the idea of DEI. Oh, yikes. Your class was 30 people per class, with like one teacher. Yeah, I do think that like that's pretty normal. Yeah, a lot of the classroom settings were like 30 approximately people with one teacher, probably not even a TA. Your friends do joke that you're the whitest sounding black man. Yeah, I think Gundam, there was one time that it was like somewhat more recently you said it very deliberately. I don't remember when it was. I think just when superheroes come up multiple times. Actually, Speaking of, because we are mecha fans, especially because the two of you are here, I would love to know your particular opinions, which is like anyone's opinion, on Cannon Busters. Does anyone have any feelings about Cannon Busters? I really love the opening to it, but I know nothing about the show otherwise, and whether it was like well received or whether it was like the studio trying to be like, see, look, we made a show that has representation. Especially rough if you're mixed. Yeah. You sound too white for some black people, and you aren't white enough for white people. Yeah, no. I worked at a museum for a little bit while I was still in school. And one of the things that we got to do was go through old Civil War documents, and we performed the letters that were sent there as if sort of this like play structure, and talking about the way that people were received when they were not like when they were from like mixed race families is really distressing. It's really sad. The world is so harsh about like the color of your skin or like where you were born still. America loves to think that because we elected Obama, we've like solved racism, and like it's so deeply not that. Your graduating class was like 130. It was like medium size, maybe like 650. Okay, yeah. So that 11 seems a lot less spooky in my head, where like my graduating class was 1,000 kids. We had a really big class, obviously compared to 3,000 for 4 grades. stuck between two worlds. Yeah. Cannon Busters has some killer designs. You remember the back end falling off? Okay. Yeah, like some of the character designs seem really cool. I like the mechs, but I also could have very easily seen it being this, like, we need to make sure we have representation. We need to make sure we have representation as like a mecha show, and it was just sort of like it's like the same as rainbow capitalism, right? Maybe. Okay, so Llama, sorry, I'm like still thinking about what you said. I want to come back to this. Was she the one that was upset that they're like of the concept of DEI, or was she fighting people because they were upset about DEI? I'm curious. Sometimes it's annoying, but your stance is just like let black characters exist normally without being commented on, because it annoys me when a character is being black, our whole identity. Yeah. No, that is like not exactly Gundam. Like that's not integration, right? That is like that's sort of like lording it around in a way that makes it not feel like sincere. Like that is like the definition of tokenization, right? Yeah, no, I'm totally with you. That's like kind of why I want to know. When it feels like a lot of pieces of media to sort of like counteract the fact that we regularly skip non-white or white presenting characters, that we're like, here's a black universe, and then like that somehow fixes it as if it doesn't like make it more isolated. Yeah, no, I'm 100% with you. The show does seem confused. It's stuck between Trigun, Fantasy Magic, Evil Emperor stuff, or Mecha Future Fighting. Yeah, okay, cool. The other people were upset. Got it, okay. They were like paraphrasing, why should black people get special privileges? That's exactly what DEI is, obviously. It's all about making people feel special and trying to give them I can't even like sarcastically pretend about it. But yeah, so the objective doesn't say do it before you kill everything. It's just that this game doesn't want you to ever leave without. It never wants to have something with no units on the field. We've learned. Thankfully, anime never does this. It feels like a super Western concept, yeah. Yeah, superhero concepts are superhero comics are definitely like that. I mean, y'all tell me more, but like when Black Panther shows up in the first couple of Avengers movies collectively, he's always on all fours, and we always have to play the African music. And we like, it feels like we pay so much attention to the fact that we're like, we have a black superhero on screen. We have a black superhero on screen. Everyone, stop what you're doing. And like, it's so obnoxious. I tried to tell my friends when we all watch it together that, and they just like were like, I don't get it. You hate the Black Panther movie? I definitely looked at it and went like, this feels very tokenizing. I'm glad to hear someone who I would say probably could tell me yes or no about that. Like, I hate it when white characters get switched to black. It feels like we're being given scraps when you can just make your own. Yeah. It's like, do you have Gundam? Do you have opinions about Hamilton then? Because like that's what Hamilton feels like to me. It feels like the definition of just like, here, have this thing to like pacify you, but like not actually do anything meaningfully. The DEI stuff is like the ultimate bad end, because before it was nuked, didn't it benefit white women way more than other minorities? It depends on the area. It depends on the area, Cam. And like it is very much up to the type of job that you are in. People love Black Panther, yeah, totally. You're on an island alone with Gundam who hate it, yeah, right. No, it feels super tokenizing. This is how this conversation started before, I think, Cam, when I was like, so many superheroes are themed around trying to like go back to Africa or like somehow relate to animals, and like, bam, that ain't it. It's like why I try not to use the word African American too, because there are so many people that I know that are like, what do you mean African American? I have no connection to Africa. Like that's insane. You do remember watching Black Panther movie? It was always felt kind of weird to me that the hero named after a real civil rights organization is a monarch. That's also fair. Yeah. Killmonger saying, bury me with my ancestors, and I was like, bro, the hell is that line? Yeah, right? This idea that in order to represent blackness as an identity is to have this like cultural ancestral knowledge of like their time back in Africa, where it's like, bud, I don't know, I was born in New Jersey, like what do you want me to do? Not me, but you know. Black Panther is a good hero, but his movies ain't. Yeah. Killmonger kills you. He wants to kill women and babies, yeah. Okay, let's switch this to the Raphael. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think any one of them stands out to me as heinous. It is just, like, the one to always try to force that to be the case. Also, anytime they said colonizer, you cringed out of it. Yeah. We never got that levels. That's fine. We're not changing this. We stopped using the Noir a long time ago. We are not switching to Falcon. The Master Gundam is probably not actually going to get switched. This didn't get any levels. I don't even think it saw combat. I think the Harute is also done. Then it's just the... Never in my wildest dreams could I have guessed this is what it was gonna look like. Black Panther 2 was at least a little better, but circumstances around it were really weird and sad. What, Cam, can you tell me the circumstances? I'm curious. But also, yeah, if anyone has any feelings about, I would love to know thoughts about Hamilton. Because people here love to think that Hamilton is this, like, also, like, great, like, savior of media, solving a lot of problems for people, when it just feels like making some characters black sometimes doesn't, like, do anything. You hate Marvel post-Infinity War, was on their token maxing. Yeah. PL movie with Black Widow, Chinese movie with Shang-Chi. It's so bland. Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, no, even Miles, who is a good character on his own, to me, he'll never be a Spider-Man when you see him. You like where Peter's your boy. Yeah. Right, like, it's right, like we already have a good Spider-Man. Peter Parker is like is who I think of when I think of Spider-Man. Just like let's make a character who is that famous and that memorable without us needing to like change races all the time. It's so bad. A Panther 2 MC is the MC sister since the actor who played OG MC died. Got it. Yeah, no, I knew that he withered away. I remember a lot of memes about calling him Crack Panther because they thought that he was like taking drugs. Because the first instinct is to imagine the like negligence of behavior on the part of someone who is not white, of course, right? Like he is black. Obviously he must be doing something. He's like not taking care of himself was a lot of the assumptions that made me like really frustrated too. I don't remember what he died of, but it was like pretty serious, right? So that movie is part Grieving Room. That makes sense. Yeah. Give me the third Spider-Verse movie soon. Yeah. Poor Miles. In his defense, though, he is now one of the many spider people, women, Asians. Yeah. There are so many spider people. Like Miles nowadays is pretty good in his comics. That's good. Oh, is it colon cancer? Okay, I thought it was something more specific than that. But yeah, no, like he like deteriorated, and people were like so harsh on him about it after they ripped him from his universe. Oh, who Miles? This is so funny. Why is it? Oh, right, we talked about this already because Psycho is close to the Japanese word for nice. Yeah. Japanese Spider-Man and his giant robot. Yes, I love Japanese Spider-Man so much. I love him so much. He's so funny. Oh. But when you were young in middle school, when Miles came out, you were like, where's Peter? That's not my boy. Yeah. Miles' OG universe is the ultimate universe where Peter dies in that universe of Miles. Oh, got it. Okay. Thank you. I'm like super not up on my superheroes. I know like vaguely what they look like just because of like being on the internet, right? Your bro Penny Parker, the real anime Spider-Man, complete with Spider-Mech. What? Hold on. What? I am partial to Spiders Man, and isn't there also another anime one where she's like a witch or something? She's like kind of magical. Maybe she's not actually a spider. Oh, this is fun. I'm here for it. Of course we're gonna like the mech one, right? This pose in particular is so Ava. Tell me that this is not tell me that this is not an Ava unit pose, right? Come on. Like, can we get like a front pose, please? Yeah, like, tell me that that's not this. The thing that I was thinking of, I guess, is when it's in its hangar in Alpha. But like, that's so bad. Punk Rock Spider-Man and Aunt May Spider-Man are your favorites? I'm sorry, Spider-Man? That's really funny. Aunt May Spider-Man. No, I spelled it right. Oh no, that's so cute because she's knitting, she knits the webs. That's so fun. No, I'm so here, Gundam, you're just right. I'm so here for this. This is so good. He also made some Venomverse comics, but also maybe that's what it is. Maybe the spider person that I'm thinking of is a Venom. Put Japanese. Oh, she's the ninja one. Cam, I am not surprised. Put the Mecha Spider-Man in Super Robot Wars, you cowards. I'll see if I can find the spider person I was thinking of for next stream. You didn't even type what do you want me to say. I don't want you to say anything. I didn't know who this character was, and as soon as I looked up, I was like, I could have clocked that this was the one that Cam liked without having him told me. She appears at the end of the Spider-Man PS5 game. Oh, sick, that's fun. Yeah, I know people really like the most recent Spider-Man games. I never played them though. So Copium, she's in the next game, hopefully. I hope for you that she is. Oh. Okay, well, I think we'll probably call it there. There's no point in like starting anything at this juncture. The Spider-Verse itself, not the movie, is such a good concept. Yeah. I have no opinion. Okay, I have one opinion about the movie. From what I understand, the movie is shot really interestingly, that a number of the different Spider-Folk are given different frame rates when they're being animated to show where they are coming from. Like, that's a really cool detail. You're a little sad Doc Ock Spider-Man wasn't in the movie. Is there a Doc Ock Spider-Man? I'll look him up while we're wrapping. But yeah, no, that'll about do things for me. I don't think there's any point in starting another mission at this point, just to like save it after one turn. How do you look that up? Because it's just gonna, if I just search Dr. Octopus Spider-Man, it's just gonna like give me the man from the thing. Yeah, no, I do know that there's the Olivia. I do know that there's the Olivia Octavius. Is it this Spider-Man that has the claws around? I guess that makes sense. That's cool. Okay, I'm here for that. He's in the 90s cartoon. I never watched the 90s cartoon. I was too busy watching Disney cartoons or just not watching TV. No, not that one. Okay, my bad. While I'm finding this, if you would, see ya, Llama. If you'd like to join us in the future, we have 2 more streams coming up this week. That is Thursday and Friday for more OG's Saga. I will also have an alpha video out this Wednesday after quite a long while. And like I said, I'm going to try and be a little more present in the Discord. I think I've got a good plan about how to like just keep it up. The problem is I'm switching back and forth between my personal and this like I guess professional one, but we're just going to do it. It's gonna be a difference between my phone and the PC. So you'll probably see me a little bit more. There's a couple things in there I need to address, and you'll probably see those changes happen soon. Oh, I guess it is also Monday, so I guess it is also Monday, so we should expect some book club. I will post, because of how it got chopped up from my hot water heater breaking, I guess we're just going to do cucks in groups of 3. So you can see my notes about the next 3 episodes. That's 4, 5, and 6 for cucks, posted in that thread in the Discord at some point later tonight. So if you want to chime in on that, please feel free to. I think Discord's gonna be the best way to work on it. Never neglect your personal. I'm trying not to. I'm really trying not to. Yeah, I know. No. Y'all do a good job entertaining yourself. Like, I'm never gonna be that active because I'm never that active on like social media in general. But like, I do want to make sure that I'm like kind of there, you know. You wish you knew his name, for the Spider-Verse 90s cartoon episodes are so good. If you do find it, you'll have to tell me later. Oh, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Send it on Discord. Then I'll know what you're talking about. Great. Is there anything else? No, I think that's everything. I guess thanks all for being here. I appreciate you sticking around. Welcome to our new subscribers. I guess I forgot to welcome everybody last time because we were like, do I have new ones? But someone else showed up between Friday and now. So hi, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining the team. This is why Discord was a good idea. No, absolutely. Yeah, 100%. I definitely wanted to make the Discord. It was just like hard getting my head around all the things that I need to do about it. But I definitely like things feeling done and complete rather than like in progress. And it's just gonna need to be a thing that's in progress. So, yeah. But I will leave you here. So enjoy the rest of your evening. Make me know the rest of your day. And if I don't see you live, hopefully I'll see you in the Discord, or I will see you in the stars. Good night.